Ricky Show. Ba-da, 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 ba, ba. We're here. Well, I'm here. Ricky will be back in a second. He's getting stuff ready. What's up, 20 Grip? What's up, Jeff Mead, Steve Woodward, Dan Malikovic, Kevin Jackson? Ricky's got a Dead Crow Army hat on. Kev.
I'd have a dead end hat on, but fuckface doesn't want to give me anything.
So, what you been up to? It's only been like months since we've done this.
Uh, my life's changed a lot. So I'm obviously, if you're in BMX, you know that BMX is in the highest state it's ever been in. This is the highest amount of sales. This is the most it's ever had, and it's not because of something good. It's obviously because of a pandemic, and I feel like the industry wasn't prepared for it, and things have been just crazy and hectic. So I am 100% dedicated to trying to do everything BMX. This is so weird because my monitor is.
It's
Do I look
curved, yeah.
straight? Yeah, because I have a curved monitor. So
Ricky upgraded. Ricky's on that PC gang that is intense. What's up, Jordan? Steve wants your address.
there we go.
So it's just, I would say it. I wouldn't say it if I knew it. Okay, so in regards, what's up, Sean? What's up, Taco Slurpees? In regards to the industry and everything getting crazy and everything, you called me the other day. You're a little heated about sponsorships and things of that nature. Because Ricky likes to call me when he's heated and we talk about things. And basically, we, what's up, CX? Basically, things in BMX as far as sponsorship goes could use a little help. I made the title that they need change. What's up, Wyatt? To get people in here and get their attention. But the reality of it is that the structure of things is just not good. And Ricky can only say so much because he's in the industry. We all know this. But he's going to say what he can say. And there's some stuff that I've talked about with Kurt from BMX Union that, like, could
Can you call
legitimately.
BMX Kurt and see if we can get him on?
He won't. I'll
Well,
send him. I'll send him a message, or I can. I'll try and ring him on here.
okay.
But
Well, I gotta clarify. Like, obviously, what I'm talking about isn't like top secret stuff or anything like that. But it's not appropriate for me to ride or work for companies and then you know
but
try
what
to.
what I'm going to talk about, you're okay because it's totally. That has nothing to do with like that side of things. So I've talked to Kurt about this because it's kind of Kurt's idea, and he told me about it, and I was like, dude, why are they not doing it like this? So if you've, I don't want to preface it with like a really weird negative thing, so I'm going to get into it in a positive way. Basically, the idea and the layout for this is a way that people get what they earn from a sponsorship. So, for example, say I rode for merit.
Right.
If I rode for merit, the way that this layout that Kurt from BMX Union talked about works like I have my website link for Merit's store, whatever. That is what I share whenever I talk about Merit parts, products, whatever. People go to that and then they buy things, and the amount that I actually contribute in sales to Merit is how my pay would get determined above a base level. So, like, obviously, you're a pro BMX rider, I feel, in this layout in my dream world, because this is totally my conceptualization of what Kurt said. His might be totally different, but where I've gone with this is that if you're a pro BMX rider, you have your base pay, whatever that might be. We're not going to talk numbers or anything. But then on top of that, it would be you get what you earn from this company using that link. So if you consume, or not consume, if you generate sales, you get paid for it. And it becomes a way to not only hold the rider accountable, because if they're literally making zero sales, then it shows how much work's not getting put in, and then it also shows if a rider is making tons and tons of sales, it shows that they're putting the work in or they have the following to help that, and it kind of only makes sense in my eyes.
Well, the thing that needs to be addressed more than anything, and I think this is where I step on toes, is companies don't talk about money. They got to realize people don't think of a bike company as a fucking business.
Yeah, you're
And
right.
in the long run, if you're not making money, you don't have a business. And it's not wrong to talk about like sales or do things in a way where you're trying to support a company to make them go to survive. Like, you always just take whatever's the big cool thing. Like everyone models everything by what Colt does. So you look at Colt, you watch Colt, and everyone thinks that like, all right, cool, this is the way the image is, this is how we all have to be, and this is where we mark our prices, and this is how it has to be. But in the long run, there's 32 companies and all 32 of us are working on a pie that's this fucking big, but we're all fighting for a sliver that's like this big.
Yep.
And it sucks that you have kids where nowadays, if they're pros, they just want to be paid to be a pro and they don't want to do any of the work. And sometimes I believe that like companies need to let people know that like, hey, look, if I'm giving you a grip, it costs somebody X amount of money for that grip. That grip needs to be made up for. A company is going to go broke helping these people out. And the model of just giving everybody everything and them not reciprocating or giving back towards that cause is just the reason why, look, we don't have Mutiny no more. We don't have FBM anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How
Yep.
much longer until Terrible One's gone? What if a bigger company goes under?
Yeah.
It can happen. So I just I just think the way I love what you're saying and what Kurt's thinking, but in all honesty, I think somebody put the 80s was the best time. Yeah, the 80s was the best time because the way they were doing pay brackets and everything, it was owned by corporations. Most companies are owned by an individual dude that used to ride BMX 20 years ago. That individual dude riding BMX 20 years ago isn't a multimillionaire.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have thousands of dollars to give riders.
So this is where Kurt's concept and where I'm taking Kurt's concept comes into this, because beyond that base pay, which could be, I mean, it could be lower, whatever, it could be whatever it is now, I don't know, doesn't matter, because if you added it on to what exists now, riders have an incentive to share this and to get people out, like to generate sales. Riders have an incentive to actually do their jobs, because being a pro rider, whether or not anyone wants to admit it or not, is a job. There's a lot of people who do admit it and whatever. There's a lot of people who act like it's not this job and it's not what it actually is. It's not help. A rider is helping sustain a business, just like Ricky said. So I think it's an affiliate program. That's what it is. And there's a lot of affiliate programs out there for other like companies and things. And it only makes sense because one, you have an incentive to put in work and bring sales to the company that you ride for. And two, you get paid more money for that. And then that in itself kind of weeds out the people who don't do anything, because you're going to instantly find that there's this many people who already like are selling product, but now that the person has a website that they can click on rather than just going to cult.com to buy a product, they click on the person's link and then boom, instantly those sales and that whatever gets directed from that person, and there's a record of it.
Right. And business wise, that makes sense. As riders are, who gives a fuck? I'm going to just start stepping on toes. Riders are cocky. Riders have an ego. So all riders feel that they deserve whatever because of how good they are. But think of this. Let me ask in the chat. Do you, let's go with buying stuff. If you're going to buy stuff, do you buy something from a rider because you like him, or do you buy something from a rider because he's good at riding?
Yeah. Uh,
You know what I'm saying? Everybody's good at riding. Everybody. Even kids that ain't sponsored, are a majority of those fuckers are better than the guys that are being sponsored.
well,
Hey,
I'm
thanks 20 grip
sponsored by 20 Grip right now.
for the $10. I my whole point is I'm not trying to be an asshole, but I get it. Yes, you're really good at a fucking riding a bike. Take for instance, here I go. Dennis Anderson just dropped the most gangbangish video ever, right? Did you notice anything in there that was horror?
Well, it
Right?
was a Vans video.
Yes, I know it was. But did you notice any shots in there that were horror? And he rides for horror.
I
Obviously,
don't
probably makes
remember.
a gang banging paycheck. And the whole point is how many horror bikes do you think sold off that? Like
Yeah.
my whole point is when you think of things, when I look at you and I watch you, you're overly selling alienation. Like you're overly selling park tools. You get the idea. You know what
Yeah.
it's like. You know what I'm saying? So
And imagine, I want to take a step further with what you're saying. Imagine if this affiliate BMX sponsorship program existed, and with that edit, Dennis said, "Hey, if you want to help support me and you buy something I'm affiliated with, literally there's the word, use this link and you're going to help me out, you're going to help the industry out, and it's going to actually contribute to something that can be proven shown that it came from the work that I put in."
right, but the problem that you have with that nowadays is there's a set standard of how everybody is. You have a TM, most of the time a TM is a 50-year-old bitter old BMXer that's been in the game and it's stuck that way, right? And I'm
Yeah.
not shit talking, but it's the truth. The dude's 45, he hasn't rode a bike since they were terrible ones, and he's the boss or he's the TM of something and he's stuck a certain way. And he
Yeah.
wants nothing to do with YouTube kids. He wants nothing to do with park kids. He wants nothing to do with racers. And it doesn't. Okay, I'm 38 years old, and a pro asked us something he wants for a bike part. And I instantly, my mind at 38 goes, that's fucking stupid. And then I had to sit back and go, I'm 38, I ride BMX, I'm in BMX, but I don't know what it's like to be 16, 17, even 25 and know what's cool.
Yeah.
I need to listen to the younger guys. So the problem is you have a TM that's 92 years old and he can't relate to anybody that's down here. So the thing that I like lately is look at volume and look at fit. They both have really young TMs that weren't ex pros or owners of a company, and they're going in a different route and they're choosing younger riders, and they have a couple older guys, but they're doing it in a way where it makes more sense nowadays because they can relate to those riders. I
Yeah.
feel like the problem is we have all these guys from back in the day during criminal mischief, and they remember riding at this point, and they're the guys that hold on to everything, and riding has to be the way they want it, and they don't want to change. And now we're in 2020, and kids don't even know who Van Homan is, but yet
Yeah.
that TM is still there.
Well, in the reality of it too, Jeff brought up a good point saying we still have too much pride, which is totally true. But the problem of it really is it's not so much who those people are, it's that they don't want to change with the times. BMX and the world is not the way that it was 20 years ago. Things work
Right.
differently now, and you have to adapt to that. And we've seen companies close, like you said, for whatever reason. I would imagine some of them would be partially because they haven't adapted to the times. And it doesn't have to necessarily be a YouTube person that brings something in. It doesn't matter who you are. With this idea that I'm saying, as long as you're providing value, you get to stay. It's that simple. It's a way to hold people accountable. With right now, there is zero accountability. I can remember hearing, I'm not going to say anything that would clue into like who whatever is uh, or whatever company and stuff, but I can remember hearing people bitch whenever a certain company was like, this is your requirements every month, and if you don't do this, we're going to dock your pay. And I remember hearing people bitch like, oh, like I'm gonna, like I'm gonna do my job basically because this company is giving me requirements for my job. And like that accountability to a certain degree doesn't exist the same way that it would if your paycheck literally was dependent upon how much work you put in, how many people you actually drove to a
Think of
website.
it this way. Think of it this way. And I don't need to say names. I want to be cool and I want to be gangster and be in the streets. All those guys, look where that company is. And then I'm going to be a gypsy and I don't care about having a sales rep or doing anything. Look where that company is. Anybody that goes against that and tries to do it to the extreme doesn't work. There's nothing wrong with being like, hey, look, I'm Robbie Morales. I have a racer and I have an X Games winning street rider, and I have a goofball on the team. Like he has everybody, and he
Yeah.
does it exactly right. And there's nothing wrong with him having things that he sells direct online, and it's just a couple little nibble jibbles. It doesn't ruin things. But when you have people on two extremes, it doesn't work. People need to realize, like, without making business, you don't have a job. Obviously, these are all my opinions. So I'm not here to dog on old school writers or anything because I obviously am old. And people that are inside here, I'm so sorry I'm not like talking back to you guys or anything like that. Like Eddie and Max. Some of you guys are asking questions and stuff. We'll try to answer them. Shit. Uh, and obviously, people get by when I say things and I do things, they're gonna get references. They're smart. They're old enough. They get it around.
Yeah.
And it's no slag against any of those people. I don't want to see any company go out of business.
Right.
No, it's not good for BMX.
Well,
Period.
the whole conversation we're having right now is because we both love BMX and we don't want to see anything. We don't want to see another company like FBM, who's been around for literally 22 years, go away whenever both of us have thoughts and ideas and opinions that if people would just listen and be open-minded. That's the whole thing. There's too much closed-mindedness in things. It could help. At least listen to the ideas and be open to some
I
kind of change.
I honestly feel like YouTube is the future. Period. We're on YouTube right now. We're having this conversation. 100%. If you are a team and you don't have a YouTube writer on your team, you're fucking missing out. You're slacking.
Well,
Your
look at
team
where all the
isn't
big
gonna last.
companies are at right now. They all have their own YouTube channels. They upload really awesome videos
Doesn't
that
Yeah,
tons and
it
tons of
doesn't
people
matter.
watch.
Good, cool. Every kid's gonna watch that because Ride BMX is gonna put it on there. It
I
doesn't
understand.
matter.
What I'm saying is they also all have like a YouTube person too who's even going to help push it even further.
Right, but I'm saying like it is the wave. Your program, what you're saying is exactly right. My motto for me, I don't know how it is for other people. I only got sponsored and got where I did in my life because of a bike shop.
Yeah.
And I put in my time and my effort and I picked up sponsor. Well, obviously, because I like to talk too. That helps. But I feel like if you're not contributing and giving back, it uh, the, the whole talent thing is like maybe 60% and then 40% of it is being nice to people, being able to sell and being a good employee.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I'm telling you right now, there's probably a kid on here right now that's 15 that's better than 70% of the pros.
Yeah.
100%.
Jeff said, "Wow, I usually agree and I'm sitting here kind of divided on this." Think about it this way, Jeff. Right now, there is literally no I mean maybe not literally no way, but there is very little of a way for companies to tell who's driving what to their to as far as sales goes other than word of mouth. And there's a lot of people, we can't deny the fact that there's a lot of people who are literally just doing nothing. They're a pro rider and they're not doing anything. They're not putting out content. They're literally just riding their bike, and that isn't enough to cut it anymore. You can't just ride your bike anymore and provide value to a company because it just doesn't work that way. And and can you imagine what it would look like if even just a sliver of this affiliate program thing that I'm talking about right now existed, and there was an entire team of riders who had this and were using it and were like, look, if you use this link, it helps me out. Can you imagine how much like that could do for a company if everyone
You
got
know
on
who's
board?
doing this already?
What?
You know who's doing this
There
and
is
which?
companies that do it.
No, not companies. No BMXers are doing this. But you know what companies are doing this, and they're selling their bikes out in 2 minutes,
Who's that?
and every kid's buying one, and every kid's doing it.
What?
All the Willy kids, all of them.
Do they have
That's programs. All of those kids support one another, and it's not I'm better than you. It's oh we're together.
yeah.
And BMX, that's why when you get old guys and they go back to the 80s and the 90s, because it used to, I'm not, I'm 38 years old, but I still know what it feels like to be 15. And when I'm 38 and I go to a skate park now, I have to go out of my way to talk to another BMXer and say hi to them because they'll just fucking straight ignore me.
Yeah.
But back in the day when I was younger, every BMXer, when they saw a BMXer, they were best friends.
Oh, dude. Even now, I'm like, if I see someone riding a BMX bike and I can tell that it's like a real bike, immediately I'm like freaking out. Like, I need to go find that person.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it doesn't, like nowadays, and maybe it's because where I live and how BMX is, it's so tough. Every single thing has 4 or 5 different answers with 4 or 5 different opinions.
Which
You
is
know,
okay. That's why we're here. That's why we're
right?
literally just here trying to facilitate the conversation about something that no one is talking about. There is no denying, no matter, and if we ask the honest question to every single person who is involved in the industry, do we think that like BMX as a whole is doing okay for the way that sponsorships work? Take out the whole COVID everything because every single bike is being sold out constantly. Do we think that riders are giving back what they're being given and bringing a return on the investment that a company is giving to them? I feel like the answer to that's either going to be I don't know or I don't want to answer that.
Right. And that's what's tough for me working at a company. And obviously, we can have a conversation and I know an answer to some things. And in all honesty, I don't sit here and go, oh, I know like the fucking direct answer and I'm just not going to tell you guys. It's just like it's certain things where businesses have certain stuff and there's no need to even address it because there's
Yeah.
ways of fixing it. But in all honesty, I feel like if you're going to have a sport and the sport's supposed to evolve and get better, you can't have the dad thing. And usually I feel like the dad thing is the TM is like 42 to 50 years old and the riders are anywhere from 15 to 22 and that guy used to ride BMX and he's just like the old dude trying to tell them like how it goes. It's like you need something a little closer to them so they can relate and it can grow and it'll have the power of making something better at that moment instead of being like, oh, well, back in the day, Etnies Forward was the greatest thing in the world. Oh my God, Little Devil, Criminal Mischief. And then we can go older than that and be like, oh, Homeless Bikes, Eddie Murphy, Eddie Roman, they've just horror was the best. And then you go older than that, Hutch was the best. It's like you need youth. And that's why like I look at volume and I look at fit and they hired younger dudes. Like they hired dudes that are like 20 something. That's
Mm-hmm.
amazing to me. I really like that. I think that's a new approach that needs to happen. And I know I'm stepping on some toes and I'm probably gonna piss off every old pro that's a TM
And
now.
here's what I'm going
But
to
it's
say to
true.
that. I'm gonna cut you off because if anyone gets mad at you for saying that, then they're just mad for their own reasons because they can listen to your opinion and they can just say, "Well, that's not what I believe, so I that's not how if you listen to someone else's opinion and it just makes you mad even though you know that it's their opinion, then it's on you. because we're literally just trying to talk about something and put it out there in the world for to get people to think about it and talk about it. Doesn't mean this is how it has to be. Yes, I think that it would be amazing if every single company started affiliate programs and riders were actually held accountable for what they brought as value to a company, but that doesn't mean that like I'm mad at somebody for
All
not
be all.
thinking that.
Right, right. And I appreciate everyone in the chat right now. You know, Jeff and Kiss and Rob and Eddie and Dan and douchebags. That's a good name.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Taco. Um, there's just a lot of. I am genuinely in love with BMX. If I can give you my day right now, here's my day. My day is I did 70 orders by
Mm-hmm.
myself. I sent those out. I talked to 30 bike shops. I talked to 5 different bike companies, owners,
Yeah.
and 5 different conversations relating to some of this and some of that. And there's a lot of people that only know me virtually and they think I'm strongly opinionated or I can be a douchebag or I'm just a goofball. But if you get to know me more, I love BMX to the fucking core. Like, I don't want BMX to fail. And yes, I am riding big bikes, but I'm only riding big bikes because I'm making a 29-inch BMX bike. That's what I'm doing. I'm taking a wheelie bike and making it a 29 big bike
Yeah.
because I like Tony Hamlin. I want to do something different to challenge myself because my brain is a little hurt from BMX at the moment. But all of you guys, I really appreciate everything you guys do for us. And I haven't been here in how long have I been gone? Two
At
months,
least a
3
couple
months.
months.
Yeah, I had a lot happen in my life, and I just sat back and uh, I realized that like, man, life's short. Life is really crazy. I had some
Yeah.
really hard things happen to me in my life, and I'm appreciative of. I always say words wrong, but I just appreciate this and the fact that I can get on my computer, have a conversation, and talk about something I truly love
Yeah.
with, holy fuck, 34 other people.
Yeah, there's a lot of people here hanging out and like the whole thing of it, I mean, obviously I don't want to skip over what you just said because I definitely miss having you on here a couple times a week or at least once a week because it's nice to have our chats and it's nice to do this because I genuinely feel like we have like sparked change in people's ideas or just in general and have like made people think about things maybe in a different way, especially the way we bounce back and forth off of each other.
Right, we don't agree. We definitely there's some things that you say I don't agree on, but I'm not going to be Trump and you're going to be Bernie and we're going to be talking over one another and be
Yeah.
douchebags. Like, this whole thing's open. If I could have it this way, I hope in the future, a year from now, that they do live chat where you can't see a video of the person, but we can allow them to come in here and we can have 40 people in here
Oh
and we
yeah.
hear them and voice their opinions and let them be a part of this. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
and that's like
eventually,
the biggest reason I wanted to do this specific topic on a live stream is because when you called me about it, I was like, yes, this is the kind of stuff that I feel like so many people within the industry talk about with each other maybe, but nobody
thanks
there's
guys.
not a connection between normal dude. Like I feel like I'm a pretty normal dude riding a bike because I'm not a pro, I'm not like a paid rider for any company,
Right.
and the people within the industry like you who are, I don't feel like there's a connection there, and I think that if we talk about these things, even though it might piss some people off, if it makes those people mad, stop being such a pussy and be open to other people's ideas because that's the reality of it. I know Ricky doesn't want to step on people's toes, but if you're listening to this right now and you're mad that we're talking about the topic of sponsorship and maybe changing it, realize that we're doing that from an opinion, from not opinion, from a state of mind and a place of just loving BMX so much that we want to see it do better. And if you realize that something could be done, or you're open to the fact that something, who cares what it is, could be done to help companies make more money and that helps BMX as a whole. The more money BMX makes, the more BMX gets to do. Props
Right.
Road Fools and Megatour and all that stuff. got to happen because BMX was in a position where it could afford to send a freaking tour bus, and those guys could literally make those videos because it was able to be paid for, where they could drive around the entire country all together in a giant tour bus, or they could send 10 different teams around the country all at the same time. And if we could get BMX to a place, just for however we do it, to be able to do really awesome shit like that again,
Well, I
why
just
not?
I want I want us all to work together. I work at Merit BMX. You guys all know that. I don't just sell Merit BMX. I sell BMX. If a shop calls me and says they want some Lino Gonzalez pegs, I find them Lino Gonzalez pegs. If someone calls me and says they want Stevie Churchill tires, I find them Stevie Churchill tires.
Yeah.
I'm there to help out and make bike shops grow. And BMX isn't here if we don't have bike shops. Bike shops are the bread, are the they are the blood to the heart of this whole thing. And I support shops. I support riders. I try to do everything that I can from all the way to the bottom to all the way to the top. I
Yeah.
recently a rider. We used to have this kid. His name was Squirrel Nuts. He was 9 years old, a little tiny kid, just a grommet at the skate park in Great Falls, Montana.
Yeah.
He's now 18 years old, and I've watched him ride from a little kid to a big kid. He's doing like 8-foot airs out of 12-foot quarters. Oppo. Like Oppo turned
Dang.
up.
That's
Like,
insane.
right? And recently, a week ago, he was pumping gas, and a girl came up to him, distracted him, and someone shot him in the back and took his car
Oh my
his
God.
phone, and his fucking his bike was in the car. He was in intensive care. They had to remove half of his liver and some of his
Wow.
intestines. And his mom said on Facebook that she needed help with bills and stuff. And the only thing he could say while he was, I don't know if he was going to die or anything, the only thing he could say was, "Man, they took my bike."
Yeah.
And it fucking hurt my feelings so bad that I contacted his mom. I got him some bike parts. I got him pretty much a whole bike. I called another bike shop, and the bike shop got him a fork because I don't sell forks. I called Ben at White House, and White House is making him a custom frame and sending him that. I called another person, and they're sending him cranks because I don't have cranks. And I called another person, and they're sending him a custom titanium profile wheel set
That's
because
so
he's a skate
sick.
park rider. And I don't have a big, huge relationship with this kid, but what I do have is the love and the support for other BMXers. I try to do whatever I can for everybody. And if you're in this group chat and you've ever done anything with me BMX wise, and you hit up Merit or you do something, I know Kiss BMX is on there. I try to take care of everyone and everybody, no
Yeah.
matter, even if you fucked me over. I'll be very honest with you. I've had pros fuck me over, and I still give them a second chance.
Yeah.
And they still slate me and say things publicly and do things. But for me, BMX is a fucking family, and I'm here to make it grow. And to let you guys know, that kid's doing much better. I believe his Instagram is Montana 406. I believe so. Hold on. It's
While
if you
he's
guys
looking that up,
if you
with
guys
all
want,
of that he just said, if you think that any of this from either of us is coming from a place of negativity after hearing that and any of the things we've said, just don't even bother because you're not worth the time talking to. And I think the reason why it's so upsetting to see people who don't give back or don't do anything for the people that support them or don't do what they could be doing is because those people are taking from BMX whenever they're doing that. A
right.
bike company is making money from the people of BMX, the people who are buying parts. They're making money from that and then using that money to give these people parts. And then if someone doesn't do what they can do to support the company and return on that, they're taking from BMX for themselves and not doing everything they could. And I think that's why it's so, look at that. Like, That's real shit. That
Look at
Montana kid.
look. And then he wrote a whole thing. So if you guys get a chance, it's
Hold
that
on,
Montana
put it
Kid
back up
406.
there while you're saying it. I'll read it. That Montana kid 406.
Yeah. And give him a follow, guys. Just what I'm saying? Like he's one of us. And it just really sucks, man. But it hurts because, I had another person that had a really tragic thing happen. And, the first thing he thought of was BMX.
Yeah.
And he kept his company going. And I work for that man. So it's like, I don't know. I just I fucking love BMX, man. All you guys know that. Everyone knows it. I truly I'm getting super emotional because it's like I it's what I breathe. It's I fucking love it, man. And but then when you love something so much, you have a habit of you kind of get mad and you do things and you say things, but I'm only saying things out of frustration because I love it
You
so
just want
much.
to see it do better. That's it.
Definitely.
That's
And
all
that's
that
it.
it is.
I'm never here to do anything, you know what I mean? Never to make anything bad. I would never do that. Like
Right. We're not like none of anything we ever say comes from a place of greed either. Where it's like, oh, we know that if something changed it could help us out. No, that's literally I'm gonna follow this kid right now, sorry.
yeah, yeah. Um I just want all you guys to know that like, obviously giving him stuff and doing things is my bosses. Like my bosses are great people. Mike
Yeah.
Brennan and Sean over at Merit. Like obviously, I want to do something to help and so do they, but in turn they're the ones that are spending the money for me to have the power to do that. And I'm just appreciative of having a job in something that I love so much. But look, like I sat on the phone all day long for 12 hours and now I'm going to sit on the phone for another couple hours and talk to you guys because like I don't know, I just talk BMX all day long. That's all
It's
I do.
so easy to talk BMX all day long whenever your entire life revolves around BMX. I did forget to acknowledge, thank you, Taco Slurpees, for that $10 super chat. Honestly, straight into the iPhone medical bills fund now because of that. Yeah, it's been a while, Ricky, because it's been over a month since I crashed, and it was a while before I even crashed that we did that a live stream.
Yeah, man. Let me see. I buy my bikes used on Facebook and offer up, but I'll let you know when I want to upgrade parts, bro. Hell yeah, Chris. Let me see. BMX is lifestyle. Hell yeah. Rollback. When I was at the shop I worked, I ended up buying 4 kids complete bikes. I gave the bike parts to those who deserve it as well and was able to. Ricky had a fly frame that I didn't like, and at Chandler Skate Park, I gave it to some random kid I didn't even know. Hell yeah. I just, and that's another thing. When you guys are watching this, it's really hard to like. I really want to incorporate all you guys and give you guys like answer everything you guys say. Sometimes we miss things, and it's usually because it's in the middle of a heated,
Yeah, that
a
is it.
heated combo. So it's like it's great, and you know what? We haven't done this in 2 months, and look at how many people we got. 34 fucking
There's
people.
37 people in here right now.
Jesus, that's a lot.
38. Oh my God. This is crazy. Thank everyone for being here. I mean, literally, it's just a conversation between two guys who ride bikes that love riding bikes. Genuinely. I honestly know from meeting and talking to Ricky in the past and present, Ricky really does these awesome things. Thank you, Ricky, for being the BMXer you are.
Hell yeah, brother. He ran a really good shop in Baltimore, and the funny part was is he got every single cop to run Merit grips.
That's awesome. That's really awesome.
Yeah, man. Getting back to what we were talking about with just sponsorship, I just feel like a lot of people think I'm an old bitter man because I say like, "Oh, back in my day." Well, back in my day it was a lot crazier. Nowadays kids are refined and they're smoother and they're better.
Yeah.
and their tricks are crazier. I mean, look at 2 days ago, that Russian kid doing that 360. He shouldn't even be alive.
Dude, that was awful. And
But
yeah,
kids know how to fall. That's the whole point. Like, they have something to watch. Like, I had a magazine, and I had to try to emulate that magazine and
yeah.
be like, oh, fuck, Dave Frymuth did what? Okay, I'll go try it.
Mm-hmm.
Now kids can go to Instagram and be like, yo, blah, 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 blah. Some homeboy just did 152 stair handrail and should have died every time.
Yeah.
you know?
Yep, I will say sometimes you do seem like the salty old whatever, but a lot of the times you can just. Sometimes you are the salty guy. Let's be
Ooh.
honest. But
Yeah, of course.
most of the time, it's coming from a place of love and just wanting to see things be better. No matter how good things are, they can always be better, and that's
Here's the way I feel. You're only a salty asshole when you don't fucking ride a bike. To me, I don't give a shit what anyone says. If you're not riding your bike every oh, hold on. No one can ride their bike every single day except for probably me. But cuz I during lunch I ride my bike every day. No matter what, I do something on my bike every
yeah,
fucking. But um if you're not riding your bike at least 4 times in a week, I just think you're an old bitter asshole. Like those guys that get married and they're like, "Yeah, I still ride BMX, bro." And I'm like, "When's the last time you rode?" "Well, you know, I rode like 6 months ago." You're not a rider anymore, dude. You used to ride, but you're not a fucking rider anymore. A rider, look at Steve Woodward. Steve Woodward's a year older than me. That
and
dude rides as much as me.
he's insane too. The
Yes.
stuff that he's doing constantly.
Yes. And that's why he's on my team.
Yeah. uh, yeah, and I think the biggest problem with any of this stuff, like what you were just talking about, is the people who act like their version of anything, BMX, whatever, is the only version and the only way that anything can be, and that there's nothing else, and that nothing else is allowed to exist.
Right. Look at Jeff Mead. Jeff Mead murders. I love Jeff. Look at
Yes.
Kiss. Kiss BMX? Kiss BMX is up there. That dude is no shirt on in his yard all fucking day killing it. He has
Even
a
when it's
YouTube
30
channel.
degrees out.
He has a YouTube channel. I follow him. I watch all of his videos and I support him because he does what he loves and he's like the only rider in this town. So this
Yeah.
is his riding session. He's probably sitting on his fucking bike right now doing pull-up bars while we're talking. Or I wouldn't be surprised if he's riding his backyard and listening to this.
Yeah.
But we all have our love. Like there's so many people. It's so funny how you just know Kevin Jackson is like the most hidden person in BMX. I swear to God, he's Tim Wed.
What if? What if? That's really funny. Dedicated BMX man. There's just to so many people our entire lives revolve around BMX.
Yeah, man. I mean, look at Rollback Rob. Rollback Rob has a wife and a kid, super busy. Straight douchebag says he gets to ride at least 3 times, 2, 3 times a week. He's got a kid and he works full time. All of us do. It's just a dedication thing, man. And for me, the only time it's a salty bastard is when you don't ride for a few months and then you want to go and voice your fucking opinion. Well, you used to ride, dude. Just use the word used to, okay? Don't say you're a rider. I don't give a shit what anyone says because I work a full-time job too and I still make time for my bike.
That's it, man. It's all just an excuse. You definitely have, if you watch football for 3 hours in a day and you get drunk and whatever, ever, you have time to ride your bike. If you go home and you just sit on your butt and watch TV after you get home from work and do nothing until you go to bed, you have time to ride your bike. There's never, I don't know if there's anyone who just literally does not have any time that they could ride their bike. Period.
Somebody said something about your shit.
The carbon rims, that was last night's conversation with Mike. He has the carbon rims.
Mike who?
Feedy.
I'm joking.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You got me. You got me good there. I get drunk after I ride. See, some people got it figured out.
When I used when I would party and hang out with my friends and all that stuff when we were younger, I would ride all day long. And when the sun went down, that's when I would, party and play basketball and do all that shit.
Yeah. I'm 46 years old, would ride every day after work if rain would go away. Eddie says he works full time. Weekends are the days to ride. Everybody, yeah. You get it
Yeah,
whenever
but
you
they're
can.
not waiting 6 months and then voicing opinions.
Yeah.
The only time you can do that is when you're injured. Right?
When you're injured, you're even more angry and upset every day. And ride every day after work. He had to add that in there. I was like, yeah, dude, you live out in where BMX is at. You got to be riding in the middle of the week.
If you're trying to be a TM, dude, you're going to be overly working, fucker. How about that new limited edition of Pivotal Shoe Company seat? Shops.
I don't know what that is.
Each one.
I haven't heard of that. Let's get some questions in the chat or any conversations relating to what we're talking about sponsorship-wise. I want to hear points of view from people who are totally disconnected from the industry and only ride their bikes.
Right. I want to hear what the fuck Jeff has to say. Actually, we can't put Jeff on here because Jeff's cheating because Jeff works at a bike shop, so he has a little inkling more than others.
Yeah, and Jeff already kind of talked a little bit about his thoughts in there. Almost 51 here. Not very skilled, but ride as much as possible. It's, yeah. I ride as much as I can. I think we all try to ride as much as we can. I'm going to look up this Vans cult seat. Because I have no idea what that means.
Vans and Colt are doing a collaboration. I just signed a contract, so I can't even use that word anymore. Just playing.
Like what? I don't even know what you're talking about.
I can't say bands anymore.
Oh, see, Ricky is officially sworn off of Walmart shoes. He is in the Etnies world now. I'm firmly in the Ride Concepts world.
But I ain't fucking around. All you boys right here. This is the only thing I'm riding now.
Yeezy.
Yo, look at that. Oh, who's got some Yeezys, my boys?
Where can you find a picture of the seat? 27, married, and ride almost every day before work, before I broke my ankle, waiting to get back to it. Lucky him. See, Kiss, that's the wrong point of view to have on sponsorships and luck. You see Ricky's work ethic and how much he puts it in his stories and posts about these things. That's why he's where he's at. He puts in the work and makes it happen. It's not just that it was lucky and he's bopping along every day.
It's this. And also, my Etnies thing isn't for BMX, it's for bike life. So I'm trying to start a program to help out the Willy kids because that's another thing that I'm part of. And I know that I catch a lot of slack for it. I had a good conversation with Tony Hamlin because he's doing 29 mountain bikes and stuff.
Yeah.
And for me, I just don't give a fuck. Like I get bored of riding my little kid's bike. I want something that stimulates me and gets me fucking hyped up and horny. Yeah. So I ride the 29er.
Hey, I get it, man. I definitely get it. And literally, you can do whatever you want to do and have fun however you want to have fun, and no one should be able to say anything about it. I mean, you can have your opinions and whatever.
Yeah, definitely. And so has anyone got any questions in here? What's going on?
Yeah, who is the ultimate BMX sponsor?
Who?
Someone asked who the ultimate BMX sponsor is.
Are we thinking what team is the coolest, or are we thinking who's going to give me the best paycheck?
Best sponsor. Best all-around sponsor, not team.
No. I'm being honest. So if you wanna be on the coolest team, you're gonna be on Colt.
Yeah.
If you're gonna make the most money, you're gonna be on Haro. Pick your choice.
Well, there you go. Oh. Red Bull. Networking goes a long way, people. That's exactly it. And I think that there's not a lot of talk about those things. I don't know if there's any reason for it. I mean, obviously, there's probably
This
some.
right here.
Hmm.
Eddie knows. What's up, Eddie? Eddie's a hard-working man. He's exactly like me.
Yeah. What was the
Except for
best
Eddie's got a
team
mustache. That
ever?
mustache is crazy.
What was the best team ever? BMX team? I feel like Fit had a really, really amazing team at one point.
I would say the first mega team would be Haro. The second one would be Standard, S&M, and then Fit, and then fuck, Etnies had a gangster ass team in 2000, and then right now I would say the gangster team is fucking obviously Colt. Fucking Robbie's got everybody.
Yeah,
Robbie's even got unicycle people that fucking work at circuses riding
that's pretty
fucking
crazy.
unicycle. You know what I mean? Rocking Colt. Everyone's got Colt.
That's
Let me
funny.
see. I probably still have Colt stuff. Let me see.
Huffy,
Hold.
Huffy. The ultimate sponsor is your local bike shop. We'll just get the plug going here. Brimstone Bicycles in Canal Fulton, Ohio. I visited there today. They gave me a new shirt today, and I'm psyched on it. Rather pull the brand rep / content producer label. Okay, here's a question. Why aren't there jumping contests at races anymore where there's 1,000+ people in attendance that spend tons of money on BMX? I wonder if there's just.
Insurance.
What?
Insurance.
Is that it?
Insurance. That one kid that broke his neck trying to backflip over the berm at the NBL Grands in 99 or 2001. They had to stop because that kid fucking broke his neck. So it's an insurance policy thing. So they can't do it anymore. That's why racing stopped that. Oh fuck, Little Devil had a good team. Oh shit. Hey, hold on. I got a
Yep.
good idea. Check this out.
Let's see what Ricky's got going on here. And you can build an apartment out of accessories page from Cult.
Hey Brent,
What?
this right here, can you see it?
Kinda. Back up a little. Okay.
All right, hold on.
Bring
Okay,
back the DK
so
dirt.
we're gonna do this. Check it out. This is called, for all those guys that have never been sponsored before, this is called when you were sponsored by one team and you go to another team, you can't wear that old team stuff. So you go through your mystery bag and you pull it out and you go, ooh, which team was I on this time? And then you point it and you go, oh, that's Colt stuff. So then you go like that. And then you reach in here and then you pull out a brand new shirt. Oh, that was White House. Hold on. Let me go through here.
Jeez.
Let me go through here. What else do I got? Oh, that's more Colt stuff. Let me see. Oh, Skunk Brothers. Look at this, dude. We're still going. Hold on. I got a whole bag of just tons of stuff.
You should give that all out at a jam.
Huh?
You should give that all out at a jam.
Dude, I got like shirts I haven't opened.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Hold on. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Wait. We're going to open a shirt live. Let's see what
It's
we
an
got here.
unboxing.
We got an unboxing of. Oh, look at this.
SE?
When I was on SC. Hold on.
Jesus. There's 39 people in here. Hi, 39
Hold on.
people. 40. Hi, everyone. How you doing?
Hold on. I don't know who this is. We got a new one. I don't know what company this is.
Colt.
Oh, it's another Colt one. Hold
He's
on.
a hoarder. He is a hoarder. Look at this. He's got to clean all this up, too.
Hold on.
Live for BMX?
Yeah. I
Or
don't know.
live for
Here, hold on.
this?
Let's go. Wait, hold
Someone said, Ricky, send me some old shirts. I'll Venmo or PayPal you.
No, you don't have to PayPal me. Hold on, check this out. Wait, who do we got here?
Ethic.
Oh, Ethic. All right, let's see. Hold on. Ooh, we got another brand new one. Let's open it up. All right, who do we got? Out of the mystery box.
That's SC.
Oh, wait, hold on. All right, now let's do shoes.
Oh, Jesus. Ricky's got to get rid of his Walmart shoe collection.
Wait, hold on. Who are these? Who is that?
Vans. You're on the wrong. There you go.
No, hold on.
Low tech.
Wait,
Interesting.
hold on. Wait. All right, let's go next one. Oh, dude. You know what's so crazy? Is you should see my hat collection.
Oh.
Oh, and by the way, when I'm throwing these, I'm not disrespecting that company. I'm just tossing it to the side because I love all these guys.
Of course.
Like, I love Robbie Morales. Robbie Morales has been my boy for 20 years.
Of course. $20 grip, you're funny.
All right, wait, hold on. Oh, we didn't do jackets yet. Should we do jackets and hoodies?
Oh,
Holy
my
shit,
goodness.
I could go for years.
I think we get it. Jeez. I don't got it like that. That's ridiculous.
All right. My point is on that is everything that I've ever been given, I've given back.
Yeah.
So most of the time when people get sponsored, did you hear most of the time people will be like, yo, I'll Vimeo you or give you money. And most of the time some people will say, yeah, this much. Not me.
Oh,
So
dude,
if you
yeah.
guys lived here, I'd just be giving all you fuckers free
I've
clothes.
had a lot of people try, like, I'll give them something that I got for free, and they'll say they'll buy, and I'm like, I can't make you pay for something that someone gave me. That's just wrong.
Yeah, I don't like that stuff. That's the number one thing in BMX. If I hear a pro do that, that shit pisses me off.
Oh,
Look at this message.
thank
From Rick
you.
Hirsch.
Thank you so much.
It says, thank you so much for your support. I greatly appreciate everyone who has made this dream a reality. Fucking Rich Hirsch is the man.
Man, it's a bummer to read that after low tech doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
I can't believe there's 40 people in here listening to us jabber about BMX.
They were all excited on me throwing stuff around, man.
I
I was
guess so,
opening up
man.
packages.
Do only pro team riders get parts and frames, or do they give flow riders free parts too? So basically, the way it used to work, I don't know how it is right now, but the way it used to work is that the difference between parts and pay was the difference between pro and flow. Flow meant you got free products, but you didn't get paid. Pro meant you got your products and you got paid. And then I bet you actually I know even before that, flow riders got paid too. What?
Nothing.
What?
Yeah, a pro rider to me is you get paid.
Yeah.
And you get free bike parts. A flow rider gets just a couple things. He doesn't get cranks, wheels, and expensive parts. He just gets a few parts. And then an AM gets everything and then could get a per diem and get a travel budget.
Oh, I forgot about AM.
Yeah, you're forgetting about AM. You skip flow,
yeah.
and then usually flow is like to me, I just think shop riders are the best because shop riders are the ones that are supporting and doing a lot of shit. And there's so many kids out there now that are working at bike shops, making companies grow.
Yeah.
I love all you shop dudes. What are we sitting at? 39? Holy shit.
Yep. Brakes. BMX needs more brakes. Ricky, front brakes this week. Guess who said that?
Jeff, come to the bike shop and fucking hook it up for me, homie. I need you, please.
Yep. I'm looking at, there's a dude at Woodward who's making brakes. and they look like they're insane. And I'm hoping I can get my hands on a pair and make some videos.
That's fucking awesome. You should just, you know what you should do is just buy a pair.
Well, that's what I approached him with.
Obviously. But like, um, I ride for 41.
Hot damn.
Marijuana.
Mike Feedy was number 41. What's up,
Hell
dog?
yeah. Tell Mike Feedy to catch up on everything.
Yeah, he's got to watch the first hour to get caught up.
But for me, with my sponsors, I have a sponsor and they dropped a new line of hats.
Yeah.
I bought all of them. They dropped 5 of them. I'm sponsored by them and they could have gave them to me, but instead of giving them to me, I just bought them because I feel like I need to support the people that are supporting me.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's the way things should be. I just want to, I don't know. I just, if you support a company, do whatever you can for that company, do everything you can, shout them out, buy stuff from them, you know, support them. But don't do the, oh, I like this guy one week and then the next week, fuck those dudes.
Yeah.
Like, that's that thing, you know, it just, I don't know. It just don't do.
Also the you're sponsored, but you have to buy everything and you only get a 20% discount deal too. That's not a good deal.
Then you're not sponsored. Well,
yeah.
Actually, that's better than anything. You're just not sponsored. You're just what do you call
you're
that?
Hooked up.
You're hooked up.
There's definitely levels to it. I should make a video about the different levels of sponsorship. Long live BMX. True that. I don't know anything about lock-on grips, and I don't know if Ricky does either.
Dude, fuck lock-on grips. They take so long to take off. You have to take like a hammer, 7 fucking scissors, a kitchen fork. I had to go out to a farm and buy one of those metal rakes just to rip it up. Dude, fuck, those break. Those suck. I hate them.
Well, there you go. Ricky, have we exhausted this topic?
No, what do you mean exhausted this topic?
I'm just asking if we've got...
No, there's so much to talk about this topic. Like, another thing is if you're sponsored and you get somewhere and they give you something, like, don't bitch about the size you get. Don't bitch about the color you get. Don't say, hey, I was supposed to get purple and I only got red. I don't like red. You didn't pay for it. That was given to you. Be thankful. There's 1,000 other kids that want that shit. And
you gotta also know your value, Ricky. You gotta understand that if you're working with a company, there's a reason they're working with you, and that sometimes you are worth more than just getting whatever parts they have laying on the side that they can...
How about we talk about the thing no one ever talks about?
There's
tons of kids that are getting shit, and they're only getting stuff because somebody else spoke up for them. That's it. There's so many dudes out there that have things because somebody said something and somebody knows someone, so that person's getting it. And then that kid's just sitting on a free ride, not giving a shit, thinking, oh, well, I can nose wheelie fucking 17 blocks, give me a paycheck. Doesn't work that way, motherfucker. You got to do more for the company. Oh, you can do double backflip to manual to fucking tail whip to foot jam to bar spin to fucking double bar. Like, I swear to God, yes, I get it. I get it. You're really good at riding a bike, but you're a horrible fucking human. You can't be a horrible human, man. You got to be better. You got to realize it's a fucking privilege. And obviously, everything takes work. And obviously, these are my opinions. That's it. Don't get mad at me, but I'm speaking the truth.
Yeah. What do you think of companies that don't pay their riders but only give their rider parts? I don't know.
You're paying them. Period. That person's getting paid. That product costs money. The reason you're not getting paid is because you're doing something that isn't right. You got to earn your wealth.
Well, there are companies,
that program,
but there are companies that don't pay at all to a pro rider and just give them parts. And in that scenario, those people got to sell those parts to make money, because if you're a pro rider, you know.
Well, then don't ride for that company. Plain
Well,
and simple. Know your worth. That's the other thing. Is some people just take things because they don't know what they're worth, and they're like, here's plain and simple. If there's only 32 companies and somebody offers you something, you either have to take that or you're good enough to go to something else. But if you're lucky enough to get offered by somebody, don't think you're better than that person, because you're not. I don't care how good you are. Look at all of these people where they first started. Devin Smiley started off with felt bikes.
Garrett Reynolds, Redline.
Redline. Brandon Began got an Eastern. Like, I can go on and on and on and on. Everyone starts somewhere. You know, and be happy that you got something.
I want to say that Mike should get in here, but I don't have time for Mike to get in here.
What do you mean? Well, my only problem is Mike has free range to say what he wants, and I don't, because I'm in it. But Mike has worked with bigger corporation companies,
Yeah,
and I haven't worked with those.
yeah,
So in Mike's situation, there's a dude that owns the company, but he doesn't only own it. Somebody else has a share of it, and these
hmm
guys sit at a round table and they make the decisions. So there's actual money in that company. So he's going to have a better chance of knowing that with Red Bull and X Games and things like that. That's like
yeah,
a corporate thing. I only know the, us street dudes and, us little small crumb dudes. I don't know the big things. But, he has free range because he's not working in anymore to say whatever he wants.
right.
So it's like hard for me because sometimes he'll say something, you'll see me go like this.
And then you'll see me go like this whenever you guys start talking.
But I do appreciate what he says, though.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
No, I do too. I love it. It's just whenever we get him in here, I end up talking to you guys for 4 hours.
I still have another 30 minutes before I have to leave.
Well,
What's up?
we got 30 minutes. I did it. I did it. Okay.
I was like, literally, my feed froze anyway. So I was like, why is my stream frozen? Right when I just like posted a comment, so I couldn't even see a response. Did you guys actually see it or no?
Where'd Ricky go?
I'm here.
No, you're not on my screen. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are.
Mike, to touch you up on base, we're talking about different ways of doing sponsoring. Now, explain to him how you're doing this and why.
My thoughts. Okay, so Kurt from BMX Union originally talked to me about this idea, but doing it like an affiliate program where you get your link, you get whatever, and you might get paid like a base rate as a pro rider, whatever, for a company, and then anything beyond that comes from your affiliate. If you drive direct sales to a company, you bring them direct value. They keep track of that because there's a record of it, and you can be held accountable for what you actually do, and then you get paid from that.
Yeah, I mean, I do that with different brands as it is. So like, I'll give you an example. Like Instant 360, like sponsored videos and stuff like that on my channel, and in turn paid me for that one video and then gave me an affiliate link to promote the
Right.
product and make money on the product. So like, no, I think that's a good idea. One thing I did want to touch on, and then we'll get back to that, is I think I came in like right when Ricky had said it pisses them off when like bike riders sell parts, but like you got to look at it like this, Ricky. Those bike riders that aren't getting paid a paycheck, even though you think that it's a privilege for them to get a bike part, they've done their job with promoting the bike part. So if they want to sell it to be able to have some type of livelihood, then that's their prerogative. And I feel like I respect that. I mean, I would encourage that. I have a rider like, oh, okay, cool, you're done with the part, sell it, make some money on it, because I, as a brand, can't afford to pay you, but I'm going to give you new parts that's already invested money into the brand, because you know that for a fact. Like Merit, you guys order 5,000 sets of tires. It's easier for you to give a rider 5 sets of tires versus $1,000 a month. You know, because that's already invested money. That's already out, instead of taking your liquid cash that you have per month. So I mean, I disagree with you on that sense with like getting mad at riders for that, and also getting mad at riders for like being salty about getting a size that doesn't fit them. That's like me. If I was a Vans team manager right now, and I sent you size 8, and you're size 11, and I'm like, you know what? You're fucking privileged. Give me a pair of shoes.
See?
Wear them. Jam those feet in there. It's like all I'm saying is like color. Yeah, cool. I mean, I'll spray paint the fucking frame. As long as it's like if you rode right now and you wanted to ride for Colt, but instead of getting whatever the Colt frame you like, you got to chase the Hart frame, which is a super low standover height, doesn't fit your riding style. You know, I wouldn't expect you, if I was a Colt team manager, to like ride that shit the way you normally ride, because I think it would fuck up your riding. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, let me answer your first thing for giving away parts and then selling them. I don't want anything to do with the dude that sells shit. Fuck him. Because I want to help you to create and make money for yourself. So if I'm sponsoring you, number one, I guess I'll just clear the air. We pay our riders. So I don't have that problem. But as working, I guess you didn't miss out on the hour. What I'm saying is I want the old school mentality of TMs from guys that are 45 to 50 that are controlling teams. I think we need to young it up so they realize how it really goes nowadays. So it's a more relatable thing so kids understand a guy that's 28 to 30 compared to a guy that's 50. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does make sense. But like to go back on your point about the selling of parts. So like are you the Merit TM?
No.
Okay.
If I was the Merit TM, there probably wouldn't be a team because I only care about doing sales and keeping a company going. And I would rather this affiliate association than the old school way of, hey, I have an ego. I'm good at riding. I deserve this. You don't deserve shit unless you prove it. That's the way I.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. But I'm not saying like being a Merit, like if you were the Merit TM and like I rode for your company and you sent me sets of tires, if you guys make rims, sets of rims every couple months, and I knew that I was getting new rims in 2 months from you, and I knew I needed $50, but nobody's paying me. I don't think it should be any problem if I sold that to my friends. If I took those rims and was like, "Yo, man, give me $20, I'll give you these sets of rims." Like maybe going out and you literally sending me a brand new package, and I get all these parts, and I'm like, "Oh fuck, I'm not going to use these tires. I don't like them. I'm not going to use this seat. I don't like it. Hey, anybody on Instagram want to buy this from me?" I agree with you there. I think that's a no-no. But like used parts to kind of get by as a rider, like I don't know. I guess we agree. We agree and we disagree.
I see both sides. I can literally see both sides.
When you work for us and you ride for us, we give more incentives. So you're gonna make that $50 because I'm gonna tell you this. Hey, Mike, you need $50? Go out and give me a whatever that stupid 360 tail whip to tail whip back. Go give me a real 1 minute clip and give it to me for Insta, and we'll pay you for that. We're always going to take care of you. We're never going to leave you in the dust. We're always going to be there for you. We're not the biggest company, but we stick up for all of our riders.
That's a great quality. I was just referring to like, because I have friends that literally ride for companies, and
that's why I said it's your choice to ride for who you ride for.
No, exactly. But like a lot of the times it's like I'll only ride for a company that I would actually go out and buy. So like any of the companies I've ever ridden for in the past, I've never ridden for a company that and it'd be fake. So like my friends are the same way. They like the brand that they're riding, but at the same time, like they'll send them product, big packages, and they'll just use the new shit. And if they need extra cash, they'll be like, "Yo, man, spot me at 20. I'll give you this, this seat and these bars." And right. I think at the end of the day, it's like that's gas money in their tank and getting more content for you guys, and that's already invested money into your brand. So
but I get it, and let's think about this. All of these things that you're bringing up are from an older time. My whole point is trying to erase this older time and giving worth to these kids so they can put money in their pocket and the business's pocket. If we can make pros do the right thing, okay. Plain and simple, my best strategy for anything to do with sales is who's the greatest rider in BMX right now besides Dennis Henderson? Because everyone's going to say Dennis.
Well, it all depends on the genre. It all depends on. We were talking about this last night. How the Logan Martins of riding right now have to switch up their whole.
I guess I'm talking to a really good rider that rides park. Okay, what's the best street rider?
No, I'm just giving you an example of what we talked about last night. Best street rider, You could use what is it, Declan Brooks? I mean,
Okay, Garrett Reynolds. It's
Reynolds,
just fucking Garrett Reynolds, okay? Garrett Reynolds is the best. If Garrett Reynolds is the best, how come Fiend isn't number one?
probably because of the money that he has to put into it.
No. The whole
How?
point is if the person's the best rider, the sales should be the best, correct? That strategy doesn't work anymore. So if you're the best rider in the world, you deserve everything. Well, you're not creating what you deserve. So for me, I feel like that strategy of the old school where you're like, I have the best team, the best riders, that doesn't work anymore because every kid is so fucking good. How many skate parks have you gone to and you were like, Jesus Christ, that 13-year-old kid is so good, and I know in 5 years he's going to be better than half these people, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, the talent's really good. So for me, we're just talking about making things easier and better for BMX as a whole. And I
mean,
think
I like the affiliate thing. I think it's
so do I. I love it. I think it's the best. Okay, I'm a sales rep. It's up to me to keep a company going. I want the riders to back me up. And that helps me. I'm just so passionate about this because I see what riders are capable of, and then I see what they don't do, and it hurts my feelings.
Well,
Go ahead.
What's sad about this whole idea of the affiliate thing is Kurt talked to me about this like a couple years ago probably. And he's been trying to get companies to do this for years. And Kurt, he runs BMX Union. He's in direct contact with the people who matter at all of these companies. So he's talking to the person who could make it happen, giving them this idea that there's really not really a downside to it because you're still in control of who's on your team. If you don't want to put a YouTube kid on your team, just because you don't want to put a YouTube kid on your team, even though with affiliate sales they're going to make you tons and tons of money, you don't have to do it. You can still keep your exact same team. It's just a way to figure out who's doing what and who's actually bringing their value on a team and then giving a rider an incentive. But the saddest part of it is that there's a couple companies who maybe tried it or started doing something like that. Like Vans does it, Etnies do it, but no one's done it.
I feel like you need an online store to do it though. Not every bike company has their own online store.
Give them a source code. Give them whatever. Make they can make it work.
As a brand, you have to develop an online store and hire a photographer to take photos of all your parts and then set up all the descriptions. And it depends.
Who doesn't have that though?
It's not okay. I'm going to be very honest with you because I work and I do this all the time. It's so goddamn fucking easy for a pro rider to do his job.
Give him a coupon code.
Yes, all of it's easy. Okay, the point is easy. The problem that we have is a method from fucking 1982 from back in the day. And if we can change those and let these guys, for me, I love every YouTube kid, even if I can't relate to a YouTube kid. That's the thing. YouTube guys are putting themselves out there. They're salesmen, they're passionate, they have a voice, and they have an audience. And anything that they do, you're going to support if you like those guys. Everything you do, all your followers and your people support you for what you do. Brant, everything you do, they support you for that. That's why I'm a whore on Instagram, because I want people to know the companies and the brands that I work with and I'm affiliated with. And that's how I get what I get. And nowadays, you still have a little taste of that. Well, in 2000, we used to do this. Okay, well, that was 2000 when we had more corporate money. We don't have Red Bull giving us $10,000 every 2 weeks for a contest. We don't have Levi's jeans. We don't have, what was that energy drink that Jay Miron had back in the day?
Oh, Sobe.
We don't have Sobe. We don't have those corporations anymore. It's a 48-year-old dude that used to ride BMX that owns a company, and it's coming all out of his wallet. He's not rich. So he needs help, and I'm a sales rep. I have the whole company on my back, man, and I want it to grow, and that's how I feel. I can get in trouble for this, but I'm saying if you're over fucking 40 and you're a TM, I think it's time to start thinking younger, because younger are the youth. The youth is the future, And a person that's younger understands more. Yes, you don't get the business side, but you can have someone tell you what to do.
Well, Ricky, too. Basically, you could look at it. You could put the but in there. If you're over the age of whatever and you're not in touch with 2020, because there's definitely a possibility of people who are like with the. I mean, I feel like Rich Hirsch or who's the guy? Sebastian.
Rich Hirsch did something that is so crazy, and his idea was probably one of the most amazing things I ever heard. But once again, egos come into play, and it's really hard, man. I'm not taking away how talented a person is.
Yeah.
That's the thing that riders don't understand. They think when a person challenges them that they're going against how good they are. Every bike rider, if you're sponsored, it's because, well, almost all of them, it's because you're good or who you know and who you blow,
Yeah.
right? So it's if they could just take it down a leg and realize, like, yo, look, if I just played to these social media rules, I can make this company grow a little bit and I can make a little bit of money. Dude, Mike, you kill it on fucking YouTube and you're doing your own thing. If you had a company that just let you do your own thing and do it the way you want, it would work so much better. And that's the way it should be.
That's
Rant.
the sponsors I have. Literally, I mean, I don't get paid by any of them, but the sponsors that I have, even Park Tool, is involved with me because of me being myself, doing what I do and what I enjoy doing. That's why I always feel like I should be doing so much more for companies than I am, and then I talk to them and I ask them, like, is there anything I should be doing or could do? They're like, no, we're totally, like, Park Tool has told me so many times, we love what you're doing. You don't have to feel like you have to do that unboxing video or anything. Like,
right. And
but I'm
you
like,
do
I'm gonna do it
YouTube
anyways.
Future, 100%. YouTube kids, I love all you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you. Even though the myth of only kids watch YouTube, that shit's wrong. Because look at all the dudes that are in the chat right now. They're all
Yep.
fucking 40 and 50.
Age
Dude,
roll call in the chat.
I've been like, Brent and I talked about this a few weeks ago, but like analytics and stuff, like I didn't understand any of it. So I was picking his brain with this a few weeks ago. And then like, so I've been randomly just like looking in the analytics and like seeing the age group of people that watch my videos, which is funny. The majority are like 24 to 35.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people who have the same demographics, and
Billy
when
Perry's
you
got
see the chat,
1.2 million, and it's the same.
dude, when you see how many people, we got 29, 33, 31, 23, old ass. That's what someone said. 36.
I'm gonna bring it back a little bit. I'm gonna bring it back a little bit. So like, I never really watch any BMX content that isn't like somebody I know that has a channel, right?
Yeah.
So like randomly on my suggested thing, our BMX thing popped up, and if you already talked about this earlier, then that's fine. But you should make a video out of this live stream. I want to hear the real deal with Brad Sims and Merritt, because I know you saw that Unclick podcast.
I didn't hear anything of it.
What?
I didn't get that far in it yet.
No, I'm talking to Ricky, because Ricky's Merritt, and he outs Merritt, Mike especially.
Yes, what he said wasn't correct, and what was really offered was you don't need to quit, and you're not being kicked off, and he chose to do what he did, and he was given the opportunity to do what he want, and he didn't make an edit. That's it.
So what he said on the podcast, where he said that Mike said that he's a difficult person to work with.
No, he just took it. He took it the way he felt and the way he wanted it to be. It wasn't said that way. He would still be on Merit, and he'd still be getting a paycheck, and he'd still have royalties. He took it the way he wanted it to, and I'm not the owner of the team, and I'm not in the right position, but I'm telling you, he felt a certain way. He felt a certain way, and he wanted it done his way, and it wasn't done, and this is a professional business, and Mike offered him, dude, any rider in here that's listening to this, if you were offered what he's given, you would just do what you're told to do. It's just when you're best friends, those two are best friends since they were little kids, man. It's deeper than that. And so Brad said how he felt it, and the way he made it sound wasn't exactly how it was. He was given every leniency as a company in his favor, and I was right there when it was given to him, and Brad just didn't like it. So Brad
Was
just
it was it during like that the height of the traveling for him, the fact that he just wasn't around? Because I remember
no,
seeing,
he'd already been in America for over a year and a half.
okay.
So it wasn't during that. So it's a lot of it just has to do with they've been best friends. They've been on both of them been on the same teams for so long. It's more of like having a conversation with your friend and being like, well, fuck you, I can say this, and then trying to be like, hey, look, I'm your boss, you have to do this. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
And
no, I know what you're saying. Like Mike basically presented the obligations, and Brad is basically looking at it as like a one-on-one friendship talk, and Mike was just like,
no, it has to be this way. And Mike didn't say, hey, you're fired, or hey, you're off here. Mike gave him ultimatums, and he didn't want to oblige by those. And he was given a time limit. And all he had to do was do whatever Mike said, and he would still have new parts. He would still have everything. Instead, he chose to do what he did. And when I hear that, it hurts my feelings because Brad is the most complex BMXer ever, and he's super intelligent and super smart. The reason he's so good at riding BMX is he does the mathematical equations of what trick he's going to do before he even fucking does that. He sees it in his head and then does it. And
that was a really good podcast. If you haven't seen that yet, Brant.
I've watched part of it. I just didn't get all the way through it yet.
Yeah, and it sucks that it goes that way, and it's fine. Like, there's always answers that are never answered. Like, you know what I mean? I have so many questions for you for things that have happened to you. But it's, you know, people want answers in a certain way, and even if I have the actual answer, I can't say it verbatim, like, exactly what happens. Because obviously there's like, hey, I'm your fucking homie, hey, fucker. You know what I mean? They're having normal conversations. A lot of it is just misunderstanding, and it plays into I have a feeling of how I want it, and that's the hard part with BMXers. All of us have that like internal competitive ego. All of us. It doesn't matter. You had it when you were doing the fucking Do Tour. You can't say you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's just the way it is. We're built that way. That's why BMXers are the way they are. Even if it's a playful ego, we all have it. That's why we play games of bike, to get that piece of shit little ego out.
Yeah, I just thought it was pretty interesting, and I always like to hear both sides. By no means am I like taking his side. I just look at it like if you are on a podcast like that and you speak with like that much emotion, I'm not saying like what he said was right, because like I said, I don't know. I looked at like his raw emotion in his face and like how he like presented himself when he was saying, watch what the fuck I'm gonna do. It's almost like it was like a really bad conversation, and I was like, well, why is this something we've never really heard about until this podcast, you know?
Well, that's the other thing though too, is every rider has a stigma. Every rider, you know it.
Yeah.
I do. Like, you know, you look at Brant's the YouTube ice picker. You know,
You're not
you look
wrong.
at you, and you're a person that's an open book, Mike. You know, that's a scary thing for people. And then Ricky, he's a fucking goofball loudmouth. So we all, you know, everybody has something in BMX, and we're putting ourselves out there. So obviously, 6 months from now, Brad could watch this, and you know, Brad could be mad at me. But I want Brad to know I love him, and we've been good friends, and I've had long conversations with him. But business is business, and if someone's paying you, you just have to do what the person's paying you to do. And the hard part is you can't be best friends and have money involved. It never works for anybody.
Right.
And those,
I thought Brad was a good fit for Merritt for sure.
well, he was the first rider.
Yeah.
So, you know, but I'm not in the position to talk or do whatever. Not. I'm just telling you that, like,
I haven't seen the podcast yet, so it's
know?
really interesting for me to hear what Ricky has to say before I even hear what Brad said.
Yeah.
But it also
well, he watched it. He knows that I'm not like backtracking or I'm trying to make up for it or nothing. I'm not at all. Like,
Yeah.
I just know that, like, publicly, anytime that we're ridiculed or talked upon, like Vital BMX will have forums and people talk shit on us. If we feel like we need to say something, we say it. But other than that, we don't, because we just back everything up by having quality product, and we're always there for our riders, and we're always there for our customers. We might make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. But how many companies do you see that are willing to get on here every single fucking day and have an opinion? Obviously, my bosses aren't saying anything. They see these. They listen to them. They know what I'm saying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I think it would be pretty interesting to get Mike on here, like just a one-on-one with Brant, or maybe like you and Mike with Brant, just
I
like
would
talk
love
about
that.
the brand and stuff like that. I think it'd be pretty cool. Because I think Mike, I haven't talked to Mike in a long time, but I think he's got like a lot to offer as far as like his knowledge about the industry. You know.
I got to say thank you to Fred Reisker for the super chat.
Thank
Since
you.
it just happened. Yeah, I think it would be really awesome to have Mike in here, and it's kind of like I want to get back to the whole. Hearing what Ricky said about it before hearing what Brad said at all. It's just kind of a bummer because it sounds like a situation of you have a job as a rider. You're told what you need to do for your job. Let's just call it you work at Walmart. You go to Walmart and your manager tells you got to go stack these TVs. You just don't stack the TVs. You can't expect to just still work at Walmart. Like,
Right. And there's just a lot of things that happen. And you got to realize when somebody's at Brad Sims' caliber, there's a difference between Brad Sims and fucking Brock Rayford.
yeah,
They're both really good. They can both bunny hop really high. But when we talk about those two, you're still going to pick Brad Sims. It doesn't matter. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
So a lot of it just has to do with people, man. Like in this business, you just got to be loyal. You got to be personable, upfront, and burning bridges in BMX is fucking hard. And Mike, you know it because you could say something and do something and you don't mean it, and it can hurt you in the long run. So
right.
it's better to just stay with your position and your story and always be that way. Don't, you know, and nowadays it's crazy because you can do anything. We're on live right now, and I'm saying things and doing things. Who
Yeah.
knew?
Yeah, and
Do
it could be
something
like
bad.
pulled out of context.
I think
Yeah,
an
and-
important part of it too is you have the ability to realize if you were wrong or you said something and then you could correct yourself. And I think that BMX sometimes might not feel like people have that chance, but you absolutely do still have that chance if something happens and you need to do that.
Right. I mean, there's tons of stories and tons of things that have happened in BMX.
I'm not talking
and
about
people
Brad, by
forget.
the way. I'm just
No,
saying in general.
I know.
I
But
just
I'm
want to
saying that
clarify that for people.
people are all forgiven, man. There's so many things that have happened. Like, do you think Moeller is still like fucking crying about Robbie? Probably not. Probably a little bit, but I mean, he's just not like over it. Like, do you think fucking let me give you an example of craziness. How many people are crying about Catfish right now and the crazy antics that he's doing? How many companies does he work with? They're not. They just people move on, things happen, and with social media, it's easier to drain all your energy into creating some fucking flat earth hypothesis craziness when there really isn't anything for it. And I don't know. I'm just, dude, I fucking love BMX. Dude, you know who I just talked to yesterday?
Who?
John Heaton, baby.
John Heaton, damn.
Yeah, I told him, dude, BMX is on such a different tip right now that I was like, if you came back and just did a backflip to tire tap, bar spin in, people would love you.
They would legit lose their minds. If someone did that right now, oh my. Well, actually, we can't say if because Mark Webb definitely does flare to ice pick to like tail whip in.
Right. But what I'm saying is he was so far ahead of the curve in 2002 doing that it was just like, God damn, you and Matt Berenger are retarded. And now it's just like kids forget. Like if Tom, what is that? Tom Haugen, the guy that's fucking amazing with his front.
Tom Hogan.
Holy shit. If that dude showed up doing 360 nose picks over 8-foot spines with a single coping to bar in, people would lose their minds. There's so many.
I'm not gonna lie to you. He still does. Like
I know.
I used to do shows
Dude,
with
that
him,
guy.
And back when I did shows with him, he was 38 at that time, and I'm like, fuck, man. Like, I hope to be doing what you're doing when I'm 38. He's like, just don't stop.
That dude's doing
that's
whip
when
to
everything
5 taps and 900 taps first try right now. He's like on Rob Nolly's level. Him and Rob Nolly.
Exactly.
Yo, you know who else is good and nobody ever talks about is fucking that who's that Rob that Rob dude that rides for Standard, Rob Ridge. Holy shit!
Oh, Rob Ridge, yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know what he's doing. He's like Rick Monternal. I'm like, dude, calm the fuck down. I don't even get what you're doing. It's
He's
so
older too. He's old. I think he's like 50 or some shit.
yeah. Him and Rick are like 52 or 51.
Awesome.
Rob Ridge is 48 or 49, and he is legitimately the most tech lip trick rider that exists right now.
Well, Patty Gross is pretty fucking
Patty Gross is amazing too.
He's not up there.
Patty Gross ain't doing a double downside nose pick whip one-hander rocket or Neil Armstrong.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying that like Patty Gross is it's crazy. And then we can get into who's the big huge German that used to murder it.
Tobias.
Oh my God, Tobias? No one's even talking about him, and he's still riding. Isn't he on Red Bull still?
One of the biggest compliments I've ever gotten in BMX was Chuck from Blackout saying my riding reminded him of Tobias Wiki.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I think Tobias is the Red Bull TM for his country.
What a beast.
That makes me happy. That's a real TM.
Yeah.
Like, he's not 50. It makes sense. I'm going to get in so much trouble for this, but I'm just saying I like where Fit's going and Volume. Both of their TMs are super young, and you can tell with the way their teams are. Their teams are younger. Like, there's no such thing as growing BMXers anymore. Like, S&M used to just grab little tiny young kids, and they grew up with the place. And now look at them. You know? Like, that doesn't happen anymore. It's like everyone homie humps.
Well,
oh, yeah, I was on this team. Tomorrow I'm on that team.
I mean, that definitely happens. One thing I'm not stoked about with Fit, though, is the fact that they apparently, I haven't looked into it myself, but apparently they don't have a single but complete bike this year that's full chromoly.
Oh, my God.
Steel?
What?
Was it high tensile steel?
Yeah, I haven't looked into it, but I've seen like one of the higher end ones is like it's got a chromoly front triangle.
Dustin, not Justin, must have left his expensive life hanging out with...
buying Teslas and stuff.
All the cool people he hangs out with. Must be nice to be famous.
Buying that Tesla he bought today.
Oh, he bought a Tesla?
He put a pre-order on a Tesla. At least I think that's what that screenshot meant.
Which one was it?
I don't know. It didn't say. It just showed the picture and it had Tesla on there and said like, thank you for your pre-order or whatever it said.
He probably, if he ordered the Model S Plaid, I'll be jealous, but that's a lot of money. It's $134,000.
Hot dog.
Yeah, but it goes 0 to 60 in like literally 2 seconds or under.
Oh, I do remember seeing that.
Tesla, listen, Tesla life, I ain't hating. I'm a Tesla owner now. Model 3 is fucking legit.
I would like he said correct, Model Y.
Model Y. So Model Y is the one. So we got the Model 3 for my wife right now because I have an SUV and I can't go back. There's no way I can go back to a car.
Right, I need an X if I was going to get one.
And everything. But the Model Y, in my opinion, I mean, I'm a part of a bunch of like Facebook groups and forums and shit on them. The build quality is just not there. It's an amazing car, but I mean, like, if you're spending $40,000 to $40,000, $50,000 on that type of car, you don't
look at Ricky. He's like, this is not BMX. I don't care.
This is exactly why I lost all my fucking friends, because a goddamn car came out. We lose BMXers to cars, and we lose BMXers to women. God damn you two. Adam LZs, shut up. Let's talk about... I'm joking. But,
I get it. It's really funny.
Mike, I always appreciate everything you say, and I like that you challenge me to things. Obviously, I try to give you my most logical way of thinking about it, and you are right. I do feel bad for riders that don't get paid, that ride for a team, but it's also their fault. They're riding for that team. I can only speak for the team I ride for, or I work for, and what we do. And so, either way, guys, it's going to be almost 10 o'clock. I moved. So my woman bought a brand new house. That's why I've been gone for so long. And we got a brand new trash can, and I'm excited to go throw trash in it.
What, does it just open up as you approach it?
Oh no, dude! It's a Tesla. It's a Model Y. It goes 130.
The one we were literally just talking about.
I'm joking, but okay. I can't be here all day long. Mike, really good to see you. Brant, I love you. Everybody here in the group chat, if I offended you today, fuck you. No, I mean, thank you for everything. I know there's some things that I said on here that are very toe-steppy, and I'm sure that tomorrow I can think of at least 8 bike companies that are going to call me and be really mad at me.
And
See,
then
that's
when
the
you let
thing
me
I
know that
don't.
they did, I'm going to be so psyched that they were watching us talk on the internet
Oh,
because that's
Grant, you
hilarious.
have no clue. Mike knows. Mike knows. You think everyone sleeps. It's a small industry. They don't
Oh
sleep,
yeah,
dude.
dude. Listen, I posted. I didn't even post this on my Instagram, by the way, yet, Brant. I posted on my YouTube activity that I have that all bikes matter T-shirt, right?
Yeah.
I put it on there, and I put it on my Facebook. Sold 31 of them since 1 p.m.
Wow.
So, but I did get a couple of comments like, I don't know if I like this text. I don't know if I like. I'm like, listen, it's all fun. It's just a play on words. Don't be fucking get your panties in a bunch. Like, get out of here. If anything, you know what I might do just to be even funnier? Take the unicycle out and put a scooter there.
Oh, you should put a scooter on there. No,
Yo.
you really should.
Scooters are dying out, boys. Those wheelie bikes are taking them up, and I'm really excited. Dude,
Yeah, I'll put one of those on there. That's
dude,
what I'll do. I'll
please.
just swap it out.
You should
And then
put a wheelie bike,
put
shouldn't
Todd
you?
Lyons on there with his big glasses. It'll work perfect. You'll sell even more. I love all you guys. Have a great night. I got a bone out. Let's do this sooner and earlier. And
Can
if
we do
Mike's,
another one next week?
well,
Yeah,
how about we
let me
go
know ahead
early?
of time and I'll balance out my schedule.
How about we do one this weekend? We've never done one where it's a weekend where people can get fucked up, drunk, and high, and whatever else they do.
I don't know if I'll have time or not, but I can
Oh,
try.
I don't know if I have time. How
Maybe-
about you do this?
What?
Flip up your green screen, put your head over there, talk to your woman, and tell
She's
her,
not
yo,
there. She went to bed.
Montana's back.
I always wondered
Ready.
if she was like always hanging out in every live stream. Just
She
like,
does hang out for some of them, but not
She
all.
does, and
Not
she'll
usually.
laugh. And I know that's when
I just want to see her head
she'll
pop
laugh.
up over your shoulder, like Men in Black, the dude from Jackass, where like his other head comes over. That's what I want to see.
Oh, that would be hilarious. It would
You'll
just be
see
her
her-
floating
you'll see her
head because she's
shadow.
got green
She'll
hair
see her
too.
shadow in the green screen, and she'll come over and whisper when something crazy happens. I love it. But I love you guys. Thanks for this. Mike, Marijuana, whatever
There's
your name
42
is.
people in here right now to
Holy
say goodbye to.
I'll
That's
ha-
incredible.
I'll hang out with you if you're
Oh, yeah,
trying to
you
stay.
guys can hang out. The rest of you guys on YouTube, I love all you guys. Marijuana.
Bye, Ricky.
How do I hang up? What do I do?
I can
Hit
kick you
end,
out.
fool.
I'll kick you out. Bye.
Peace.
There we go.
Fuck yeah! Now we can talk shit on him.
Dude, he sucks so hard. Oh my god.
Hey, what is this on the screen right here? Oh, okay, Brant kicked him out.
Yeah, I kicked Ricky out. That was really, really awesome, and I'm glad that we talked about this. And the whole affiliate thing came up, but just in general, I feel like there needs to be some sort of change in the way sponsorship works in BMX, if not just to give people a sense of accountability for like what someone is actually doing for their company.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now, yeah, like you said it just a second ago that, or maybe Ricky said, whatever, saying it's a small industry or whatever. It is a small industry, and I think that part of that is just because everyone has to be so in tune with everything to know what people are actually doing for like each other, you know?
Yeah. Dude, listen, everybody's going to disagree, or people will disagree with things that you say. Same thing as they disagree with what I just said right there. Ricky didn't agree with when I said that to sell parts, but at the same time, it's like when somebody, like, just imagine being that rider who has a dream to become a rider for a company, and you're like, man, I have no way of traveling anywhere. This company is giving me parts. I'm going to use the parts to their potential. I'm going to sell them. I'm going to use that to travel to go get more exposure for the company. I feel like most companies would respect that, you know?
Oh, I agree. I definitely agree. He's in here now. He's going to be watching it while he drives. I agree 100%. And I can see where he's coming from, but I can also see, like, it totally makes sense to be like, yeah, if it's going to help you out, then go for it. It's not, but there's a total difference there between that and asking for parts for your homie and then selling them to your homie, you know, like
absolutely. I always hated that, like getting free parts, right? And then I would give them to my friend and my friend would sell them.
Yeah, that's messed up.
That's where I drew the line.
Yeah, that's messed up. Like I wouldn't say that I don't ride for Sunday. I don't I don't hit Sunday up and say, hey, can I get this anytime I need it? I have been given some stuff from Full Factory and Sunday, but and I do kind of have a connection there, but I have helped more people that I know get really like get homie hookups on stuff than I have gotten from them. Just saying, like, and I would never like ask for something and then sell it.
Yeah, no, I mean I agree I mean that's why that's why I made that point about the shoes, because like when I heard the thing about the color and the size, I'm like, come on.
You're
Like
right.
I did the Join Team Haro thing, and Tony D was the TM at the time, and then he sent me like a Haro form that was good. It fit me. It's 21-inch, but then I bent the frame, and I told him I needed a new one. He sent me another frame, and it was a one-off. Supposed to be a Daniel Dares at the time he was riding for Haro. Daniel Dares signature frame, so it was like 19.5 top tube. I'm 6 foot.
Oh yeah.
19. So like I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Like you want me to ride this?
Yeah, like you just couldn't do it. Yeah, and I think that's part of it too, is just having the tools to do your job. And if your job is a BMX rider and you ride a certain way and that helps you get your name, like you're recognized by the way you ride, period. And if you can't ride the way you ride because you don't have the right stuff, well then that's definitely, that's definitely something to ask about or be like, it's all part of knowing your value.
Yeah, absolutely. You're not wrong. You do have a lot of people in here, huh?
Yeah, there's 40 people in here still.
Is that
Rant on GT 2021. What?
Is that usually with people like tonight's like your hot night on your channel in a way, like to where you're the
I don't know. I think it might be the topic. I think it might be the title. I think Ricky definitely brings people in, that's for sure. We also shared it on Instagram in our Instagram stories.
Oh, cool.
And I put a swipe up thing in there. I don't know if that added to it. People, how did you find this tonight? If you weren't here last night when we did one with Mike, why were you here tonight but not last night? Just curious. Mike won't be offended if you say you don't like him.
No, not at all. But dude, how funny is that about the shirt thing? I'm gonna put it on my Instagram tomorrow. I expect some hate, which I'm cool with.
Yeah.
But I was like, not even. I might have expected maybe like 5, and then I saw 31 sales and like four masks of the ones that say like the same as the T-shirt. All bikes matter.
Yeah, dude, that's incredible. What I can't believe is that someone else didn't do it already.
Yeah, I couldn't find one, but somebody DM me or messaged me on Facebook, and it's not really DM, and said something similar to what the person on YouTube said. Like, I don't know if I like the text or the words. I'm like, what are you trying to say? Like, all bikes don't matter? Like, come on, man. Like, all mountain bikes, road bikes. Like, so I was waiting for them to call me out.
Right.
So I wanted them to get specific. Like, so you're that guy. Like, I wanted them to get specific with their answer, not me assuming what they think,
That's funny. I do remember, man, I should have thought of this sooner, because at the trails, they were literally saying, it went from all bikes matter to, it went from all downsides matter, because we were digging at the trails, and I was like, we're fixing every single downside, because John likes to not. And it came up like all downsides matter. And I was just laughing about that. And then all bikes matter came up too, I'm pretty sure. But I'm not edgy like that because I'm scared to be edgy like that where I'm currently at in my, because I'm not in a position where I want to go backwards at all yet.
Listen, you're not going to go backwards. I thought very similar to you. And there is a side of me, it's like, man, I know I'm going to get some shit.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, more people will have my back and respect me for doing what I want to do versus cowering down and what people expect. You know what I'm saying? So when you're your true self, more people recognize that and can respect that. Well, versus you catering and panhandling or whatever. I'm
definitely never catering or doing any of that to people. There's certain things that I think of that I'm like, not yet.
Yeah. Well, you're waiting for the moment where you're just like, fuck, I am where I am, and I'm bigger than you, so I don't have to listen to you. That's what you're waiting for, that moment.
No, I'm waiting for the moment of, okay, cool, YouTube is enough to pay my bills, so now I don't have to, like, I'm cool. Like, I'm not scared to, like, take things to the point where I want them to be. Like tonight. Tonight is a perfect example of what I wanted the channel to turn into. Turn into us talking about the things that no one else wants to talk about because they're scared to talk about it, because they don't want to talk about it, whatever their reasoning for not is. That's where I wanted to get. And tonight's like one of the first times we really got into it with these things.
Yeah. Listen, dude, I mean, you just got to start doing what you want to do. I mean, are you scared because of the BMX industry? Like, you don't want to turn anyone off there?
No. I mean, there's certain things, but like, I don't even know at this point, like, an example of something that I like thought about doing that I didn't do.
You'd be surprised how much your audience agrees with you versus disagrees with you.
Yeah, well, obviously they're not here because they disagree with me.
Exactly.
Brody, there'll definitely be more like this when the topics come up, but I'm not going to like force it either. I'm not going to be like, what can we, because like the only reason that that this is like really happened was because I told Kurt at BMX Union that I wanted to talk about this in a live stream. And then Ricky called me like the next day talking about how sponsorship needs to change and all this stuff. And I was like, well, hey, I was going to do this with Kurt because he had the idea, but let's do it now.
No, I mean, I think the affiliate thing's great. I mean, a lot of brands outside of BMX do it, obviously. You know
and there's a reason for that.
I mean, then they can keep track on not only on their own sales, but then are you lucrative enough for them to continue to invest in?
Well, that, and you can give anybody an account. You can give anybody a link or a promo code. That means even your base grassroots dude can have his own code and get paid, even though you aren't paying him a salary.
Yeah.
Which I think that's pretty awesome, because that gives people another avenue to work up too. If you're at the level to where you're able to be on a company team, and then you work your way up and you're bringing them more and more business and more value, and then it finally gets to a point where it's like undeniable that you like have to move up within the team. That's just a totally another avenue for someone to work their way up in BMX, and it makes sense.
Absolutely. I don't disagree with you there. And I think, I don't know, man, I feel like we talked about this before. Like, my opinion, just like Ricky's, like, they can be edgy and people don't agree with it. But at the end of the day, like I told you before, there was like the negative comment on one of my videos. I'm like, see ya. I mean, I'm not going to cater, or I'm not doing it. And the same as you shouldn't do.
Right.
You shouldn't let one negative comment or one negative person influence your entire thing of doing things.
You're not wrong.
So you get 100 great comments. Don't look at that one shitty one, you know?
True. I really can't even remember. I think just doing conversations like this is what I was kind of waiting to get to a certain point with. And I think maybe it's just what the topic is that I would like shy away from before getting to a certain point.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'm getting to the point now where I'm like, you know what? We just got to do it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, I guess it all stems back to, like, I guess you respect a lot of people in the industry.
Yeah.
Enough that you still look up to them. They're still your, like, idols and heroes. And you don't want to have any confrontation, because at the end of the day, it's like your opinion, whether you think so or not, brings confrontation that you might not even know, you know, like just because somebody else might disagree with you. And that's another thing. It's like, you don't want to have a disagreement with anybody you look up to or like. Mm-hmm. But if that person respects you and knows how to just like be like, cool, after this conversation, we're cool. That's all that matters.
This is like my therapy.
What, talking?
Just the conversations that you and I have and things like what you just said. That's like my version of therapy, because like I don't feel like I need therapy in the sense of like I'm depressed and I need to talk about the things that depress me.
You need reassurance. That's what it is.
That's kind of what it is, and I think part of it comes from just there's a period of time where there was a literal group of people in Ohio who just lived to hate on me every single day, all like whatever. And there's less than this many times where somebody in Ohio said something publicly.
Mhm.
Obviously, I can't be there for every conversation, so I don't know. But there was very, very few times where somebody said something publicly, and it was kind of a shit situation where, like, dang, if someone was doing this to one of my friends, I know that I sure as hell would be in there like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
And I think that was kind of a blow to myself, and that's where the reassurance thing comes from.
Yeah. I mean, what you quickly realize, especially if you're like trying to be successful in anything, is your circle of friends gets smaller. So you only want to surround yourself with the people that are going to like push
Yeah.
you to better yourself, or that are also doing something that's fucking sick. So you want to like be pumped on them.
Yeah.
That's literally like I only fuck with like a few people, and if you're not up early and hustling, no matter what job you're doing, like I get psyched on people when, like, for instance, like one of my friends just got out of bad credit, just got a car from like a used car place and into his own apartment. I was fucking stoked for him because I knew exactly how long it took for him to do that. And then you have other people out there that like will just suck on the tit of, I don't know, my language is bad tonight, but like just be like on their parents, or just like not want to go out and do it on their own. People are so afraid to fail, when I think like they don't realize that failure is what makes it so much sweeter to succeed. Like that, like failing so many times. Like if you sat there and played video games with this, what's up? If you sat there and played video games, like you're sitting there playing and playing and playing and playing, you play the same level like 50 times, 100 times, and then out of nowhere, boom, you finally succeed. You're like, yes, finally, that was great. And same thing with like a trick too. You sat there and you tried that ice pick maneuver 1,000 times, but that one time, that's all it took. That one time, that outweigh those 1,000 fucking shits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
I think some people are just. I think for some people, BMX is enough in that aspect of like failing to succeed, and then maybe it's not worth. I don't know. Either way, you definitely completely fail if you never even try.
Yeah.
That's
exactly. And
that's
honestly,
it,
like, yeah, if you sit there and you fail, right, it's going to make you take a step back and you're going to second guess yourself. But then if you, after you're done second guessing yourself, oh man, should I do this again? Like, I'll use a business adventure as an example. Like, this thing that I'm in now, this business opportunity was like, man, I don't know if I want to do this because, it's not really that lucrative of a business.
Yeah.
And then I sat there for a few months with it, and then COVID hit, and business started fucking booming. And I was like, see, it was already, it was already meant to be. Like, like we were talking about this the other day, like your story is already set, already done. It is. I mean, like,
it's possible.
But I mean, you second guessing your decisions. Like, no, like if my story's already done, then it's probably going to say I'm going to make a left, but I'm going to make it right. Well, the whole time it already knew you were going to make it right. Like that's. I think about this shit. That's why I exhaust myself before I go to bed, because I'll stay awake thinking about this shit all the time.
That's so funny. You make me think about the work that I've put in to get to where I'm at too, like in thinking about this whole conversation, because there was a point in time, it's not as severe now, but there was a point in time where I legitimately, from the time that I woke up until like whatever time in the morning, until I went to bed, other than eating and riding, that I was working on something. Period. Yeah. Like there was an entire period of time where it was like from 9 in the morning until 2:00 in the morning the next morning, I was working on stuff unless I was riding my bike or like had to do something, and eating. And it was a crazy period of time. And it's finally getting to a point, and gotten to a point where I have a little bit more leeway, but I'm still pushing just as hard. I think I've just gotten more efficient, basically. Like I've gotten better. I do the same amount of stuff, but I'm able to do it faster now.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I understand what you're saying. So you're saying like when it comes to like videos and stuff, you just have such a a rooted schedule, you just kill it every time versus like dragging on and taking forever.
Well, and it takes me less time to do the same amount of editing now for some reason. I don't have no idea. Or I'm definitely not more selective of what I film. I definitely film everything. I think I figured out my process, maybe even more, to the point where I've gotten it so like refined that I'm able to edit an entire video in a couple hours or whatever. Before, it would take me way longer.
Yeah, we talked about that before when I was like, yeah, it takes me like, I was like, I can do a video like 45 minutes might take me the longest, unless it's like intricate thing where I'm keyframing something that I think is funny.
Yeah,
that will take me like 40 minutes. But like we've talked about before, like I go into a video knowing exactly what I'm filming.
Right.
And
yeah. No,
so
I mean,
it's already edited here. So when I go home, I already know, like, I'm clicking this, dragging here, cut that, drag this, cut that, boom, video's done.
yeah, you can't really do that when you literally film everything.
I can't do that though. If I film everything, that honestly gives me anxiety thinking about that. Like
well,
filming everything and then trying to like see if I can make something out of nothing. That's the thing. Like, I'm not saying like what you filmed is nothing. I'm saying like if you film the entire day and then me visualizing, how do I turn this into a beginning, a middle, and an end?
yeah,
like,
you look at it
like
more
I'm
like a story.
kind of, yeah, but like, yeah, because I'm introducing you, like, okay, today this is what we're doing, where we're going, how we're doing it. This is the goal of it, and this is the execution of what's going to happen at the end.
Yours is a story. Mine is a documentary, because I'm literally just, that's the whole concept, is I'm filming whatever happens, and I'm not, unless we're doing a game of bike or there's something specific I want to do, obviously. But even when that happens, I get multiple videos out of the day because I'm filming the session that leads up to whatever, like game of bike, or like the videos I put out the past couple days. We went to the park and we were just gonna ride, and then both Cody and I got sucked into trying these two lines that we just could not get, and it ended up being that he ended up breaking his chain after landing the line and then wanting to do it again but better, and he ended up breaking his chain. So we did a calling the shots video with me, and so I have everything up to this, and then this calling the shots thing, to where if it was put together, it would be like a 30-minute long video. So instead, I get to have the documentation of what happened, and then the fun, like, oh, this is what we're doing thing.
I kind of like that.
It's just kind of what happens. It's harder. It's way harder to edit. It takes way more time because you have to literally go through it all.
That makes me feel anxious thinking about that, because I like structure. I think because like with how I have a plan, like, because my time, I mean, not to say your time isn't valuable or anybody else's isn't that's watching this, but like I literally, from the time I drop my daughter off at daycare, I have like 4 hours between then and business, what I'm doing here with my business. So I know what I can get in there, and then if I want to edit it and post it in the same day, I know that, okay, I'm doing this, gonna hammer it out, be done in an hour and a half, edit it, be up in an hour, and I'll go ride again. Yeah. So that gives me anxiety if I can't do that.
That's funny. Yeah, well, I mean, it's just kind of, it's the way it's always been for me, and that's why I love the whole YouTube concept, because I've legitimately just filmed everything since I started riding. I mean, I didn't film every single session all the way through, but like every time I learned a new trick, I would set the camera up and film me at like the whole process of getting to the landed trick, even when I first started riding and stuff. So like the fact that I'm trying to turn that, basically what my YouTube channel is, and like the goal of it was to get it to the point where I could just document what happens riding, and that would be my job, because that's what I've always done. That's what I love to do, and that's like my experience of BMX. And if I could turn that into a YouTube channel and make it be successful, I was psyched on it. And then along the journey of getting there, I was like, man, how do I put up a video every day? Tuesday tip. There we go. That's something easy I can film and make on a Tuesday and have it done, and it's there, and I don't have to ride 6 times a week when I can't ride 6 times a week. Then there was like, okay, I need another day. BMX news, there's that. And then those videos started doing way better than my riding videos. So now it's like,
And you switch up all your videos style, I guess, for the winter when the snow comes. I guess you like have a different method of different style videos, or no?
no, basically I just film like 4 or 5 videos in one race session. Or I ride Rays twice a week and film as many videos at Rays as I can. It kind of gets a little more tedious in the winter to be able to post daily, but I think I've figured out some stuff that I'll be able to do when I can't ride as much.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I saved. I was doing like these Friday archive videos, all these like mini DV tapes I have, and then I thought to myself, I was like, as winter comes, because literally we have like one indoor park that's like 2 hours away, hour and 40 minutes away. How often am I going to be able to get there to do videos? I was like, I'll save those archive videos for the winter. Like all this archive footage I have,
Yeah,
like so many hours. So that's what I've been doing with that. I think YouTube is like, I mean, we always go back to talking about YouTube because it's like, it's so funny that where it like goes. Like you were just talking about, like, yeah, I think YouTube like likes your channel more than mine. And I don't know. I feel like after our conversation, I've been paying a little more attention to algorithm, like spotting the exact time that the most people that watch the videos on my channel actually watch, and I just been doing it with that. Oh, this guy trying to say something to me. Hold on a second.
Oh, okay.
Which I,
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good today. How are you doing? Dang it, you didn't go long enough. I was trying to have the conversation for you.
nah, I put it on mute.
I
But
knew.
it was it's pretty crazy. Like I've been paying attention to the algorithm and paying attention to like more like watch time. Did you see? Not that we should talk about it now, but did you see like YouTube now, or like the viewers on YouTube are more so wanting to watch videos that are much shorter now?
And when
Like
did
five,
that?
like 5 to 6 minute long videos is like the target, which is kind of like crazy. I feel like that's harder for me to make than a 30-minute video.
That's interesting because right now, like Joe Rogan's podcast, I feel like, and all of that is dictating YouTube because it's a 2 to 3 hour long thing that millions and millions of people are watching, and they're watching it all the way through.
Yeah.
And I think that was what lended to the more watch time, the better type thing, because YouTube basically, at least I'm making this statement, I don't know, but YouTube feels like a algorithm for consistency. So what is an algorithm? Algorithm is a math problem with no defined end, no like forever defined like ending to it, like answer.
It's always changing.
Yeah, it's no defined input to it. But as long as you're feeding this algorithm, it's going to give you a result. So if you give the algorithm something, it's going to give you a result back. And I feel like the YouTube algorithm is a consistency algorithm to where it wants to, or as long as you give it a similar input, it's going to give you a similar output.
I mean, your example. I mean, you could just go check your past couple live streams. So if those being like an hour or 2 hours long have gotten the most watch time on your channel, then theoretically that would be right. But I feel like if you look at like watch time has been, for instance, like one of my latest ones, like if it's a 10-minute video, people lately have been watching almost all the way through, 8 minutes through. So I see this thing pop up and it said like more people were posting videos between 5 to 8 minutes long, 6-7 minutes long, and I'm like, man, it's kind of like super short. Like,
yeah.
But at the same time, what they're saying is it keeps more people on the platform. I'm not saying I'm going to be doing this. I'm just saying I think it's pretty interesting that YouTube, for some reason, is trying to push that.
It's weird.
When I think before you know it, like I watched a 10 or 12-minute video, and before I know it, it felt like it was 2 minutes, especially if it's a good video, you know?
Oh, absolutely. And it's very interesting. And what someone just said in the chat is what I'm about to get at. He said they modify it every few years to make it harder to game. If you watch the top content creators who have an inside connection to YouTube, you can get an idea of what the algorithm is up to. And that's absolutely the truth. And the very interesting part of what you're saying is they have never straight up just said that to creators before. It's always been a huge mystery that people had to figure out, like how thumbnails are constantly changing between all of the big creators and they all do the exact same things. It's because they figure out what's working and then they all start doing it. And then what Godzilla, this person who's in the chat, says is that they change it because of that, because people figure it out. And then I think they change it so that not everybody figures it out, and then it's not all like black and white. And you do this, it gets that, it keeps it fresh
Yeah.
and different.
I saw a software, like somebody shared something about a software that like if you download it or pay for it or something like that, if you upload 2 different thumbnails, it'll constantly cycle them through to get you more traction, which I thought was pretty interesting. Like it basically is doing the algorithm testing for you.
That's very interesting because a feature that the people at YouTube are working on to give us directly is A/B thumbnail testing, where they'll literally give you, like, show you the results of you putting 2 different thumbnails on the same video and how they were like received by people.
Where did you see that they're going to be implementing that?
People have been asking for it forever, and there's a Creator Insider YouTube channel where the people at YouTube are making these videos, and that's one thing that just comes up throughout the years, and they've just constantly been like, we're working on it, basically.
Yeah, which means they're not doing anything.
I
feel like
know.
a lot of people are watching Rogan's podcast lately too. One, because like, I mean, it's such a political high right now, and he's like, remember, I mean, he's been all in the headlines because everybody's talking about him supposedly, trying to get both presidential candidates on there. So I feel like everybody's watching to see what his next word is going to be.
Yeah.
On that, because I mean, he is the hot topic right now. I mean, there's a lot of beef going on with Spotify. I saw an article about that, like a lot of people leaving Spotify because of Joe Rogan.
Yeah, because of not censoring him. How messed up is that?
Yeah.
Like, you won't
The
censor.
whole point of his contract. That was the whole point of his contract, is he could still do what he wanted to do.
Yeah, literally, and then you're mad because they won't censor this dude. It's so crazy. I got to give a shout out to Trenton Bikes. He did a $5 super chat. Thank you. He said, "Hi, you guys are both my favorite riders."
Oh, cool. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
dog. But yeah, so bringing up the fact about Joe Rogan, he's definitely got the biggest long form content on the entire platform of YouTube right now, easily. Maybe not. Maybe there's people who are getting way more views on just as long of content, but even so, the fact that he's moving 100% to Spotify and only will have clips on YouTube here at the end of the year is going to have an impact on the algorithm on YouTube. And if we can figure out what that impact might be, or try and pay attention to it when it happens, we might be able to take advantage of it.
Usually his clips are like little 3 to 5 minute clips.
Yeah, depending upon how
a little
long.
spicy story.
Yeah.
There's another guy on YouTube that I don't remember his name, but a lot of people talk about him being like the king of knowing the algorithm. He's the one that made that video about package thieves, and then he made like a glitter bomb package.
Mark Rober.
He averages like 20 million views a video, only posts like once a month.
Yeah, he makes 12 videos a year. His name's Mark Rober. He is a G on the YouTube world. Like, it's incredible what that guy does and has done.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I was going to do a video today, started filming it, and then so I tried out those brake pads. Just a little bit of a spoiler for you.
Yeah.
Those brake pads don't work on my frame. I text Zach, and I was like, yeah, my frame is for a wider tire, like a 2.4 or even bigger if I wanted to. So the amount of thread on that brake pad is too short.
Oh.
So when I go to squeeze the brake, it still isn't touching the rim. And I mean, honestly, I really don't think that it would grip the way I would want to anyway. Like trussing it on a Fufino on the back railing. Like I'm gonna probably want my stickier brake pads.
Yeah. That's so crazy that the brake pads themselves aren't thick enough and they don't have enough threads on them to get to the rim.
I think because they're made for, like you said before, race frames.
Oh,
race frames
that makes sense.
Back end,
V-brakes.
Yeah.
That's really, really interesting. I don't know how you could fix that problem. I don't think you might be able to do something, but I don't know if it would be
I'm gonna ask him like who makes them, and if they make other kinds like longer stems on them, I'll probably pick up a set to see how they actually work.
Well, what you could do is, if you have to, you could try to tap them out yourself and then put a bolt into them as if it was a female brake pad.
Oh, thread it into it.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a solution out there, but that's pretty crazy. JCS Criminology, haven't heard of that. But yeah, dude, I think if you pay attention to that stuff and you see something, I had an idea the other day. Maybe it was even today. I don't remember. Uh, I didn't bring it up to you because I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do that because it seems like I'm just asking him for attention or for his people's attention. But I was like, what if people did like a thing where there's a group of people who made YouTube videos who at the end of their videos, they were like, so it's the end of the video, but my buddy Mike Feedy uploads every day at this time. If you haven't seen his video yet, go check it out and link it in the end of the video. And I was like, yeah, that's a really cool idea, but I want to say that to somebody who's smaller than me rather than bigger than me on YouTube.
Yeah, I actually like the idea. See, like out of nowhere, I'm sure he like subscribes to you. The Old Potato, he's like a gamer channel.
Yeah, he's been in here a few different times tonight.
He's got a very big audience, and like out of nowhere, he like DM'd me on Instagram asking if he could like make a video about basically one of the videos I put out. I was like, yeah, man, sure, why not? Like, I mean, I appreciate all the support. He's like, nah, man, I appreciate it. It's sick. I'm like, you have a much bigger platform. Like, you have like 60-some thousand subscribers.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he didn't have to do that, and I think like that's sick. Like, I told him, I was like, yeah, maybe I'll make a video, like, kind of being funny or like copying one of your videos, even though like all of his are like gaming ones, but maybe making like a gaming, like a course, like a riding course that looks like the fucking ride video game.
That
maybe,
makes sense.
Like not doing crazy ass tricks, or I could like fake it and put like strings, make it look like my bike's hanging. You know, I could really make it kind of funny. But anyway, so like him doing that, I think that was really cool of him because like he supports the channel, and I saw he comments on your shit, so like, and he is a much bigger channel. You know, I think
right. Cool. Someone 20 grip in the chat said agree. Help each other out like Rogan and his buddies, and that is one perfect example of it because all those guys, or Joe, they started helping those guys out, and then they all help each other out by like saying, oh, this guy's stuff's amazing, whatever, and we do that to an extent. And then a really good example of this is when Logan and Jake Paul were coming up. I think, I didn't watch their videos, but a guy I watch on YouTube talked about this a lot and saying how like he didn't like those guys, but their use of YouTube right now is like amazing and how they were playing off of each other to get to grow. And I think that they were just like doing what we're talking about and just like helping each other out while it's kind of crazy.
No, I get what you're saying. I think it's a good idea, and I've never asked anyone for shout outs.
That's why I wasn't even gonna say anything about it, but I'm sitting here.
It's different though. Like we're friends. There's a difference. Like I mean, I'm friends with like Maddie and Big Boy, but never ever would I ever ask them. Even same with Scotty. I'd never ask them for a shout out.
Right.
Not because I'm scared to, but because at the end of the day, it's like I want my shit to be organic. Like
exactly.
I don't want to. Okay, cool. If I got a shout out from all three of them. Of course, it could hit 100,000 subscribers, but it wouldn't be mine. Like it wouldn't be grown by me, and it would feel disingenuous. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like, no, I get what you're saying. I like that. We'll talk more about some ideas, like a specific style video or like a topic that I shoot or you shoot. We could shoot something similar or off topic, and then like what you're saying, mention it in the video and then tag it in the end card. That's a good idea.
Yeah, it's a thing. I don't know. It was one of those random thoughts that popped into my head, and it felt weird.
I mean, I'll give you a little bit of insight. So I haven't talked to Spencer about this yet, but like a while ago, I was supposed to make a video because Spencer commented on one of my Instagram posts, like make a video about how you believe in your brakes, and like because I like did this skidding trick to 3-tap whip.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh yeah, I was like coming your way, and I never made the video, but like I saw his most recent beginner how to bunny hop thing, and I already have a skit planned out in my head, like legit, like I am a beginner picking up my phone, googling how to bunny hop. Like I got it all planned out. I'm gonna watch the video step by step and kind of make fun of it, but like in Spencer format, you know.
Yeah.
I'll tell him I'm doing it. He won't give a shit.
Right.
That's the type of shit. Like he loves that type of stuff. Like when he and I rode at Pastrana's, he didn't have to give my channel a shout out. I never even asked for it. At that time, I think I had like 2,000 or 3,000 subscribers, and I grew like to 8,000 subscribers because of him, just from one video.
That's insane.
I mean, he didn't have to say anything, and I think that's what's sick. Like riders should, or all channels should just help each other out. And it's like a lot of channels or a lot of people are afraid to, because they don't like their own ego, you know, like they're so worried about the subscriber number. But like I have a friend who has less subscribers than you and makes double or triple what I make. And I think it's all because of their watch time. Like he gets decent views for less subscribers, and people think more subscribers means more cash flow. That's not the case.
Nope. It's all about your views and how many times people are clicking on your ads.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Literally it.
Yeah.
And it's the views part doesn't even matter. What?
Yeah, and it's not about the money either, but at the end of the day, it's like you're making the videos to entertain your audience, to also feed that beast that's inside of you that like loves and drives to make cool things. So you kind of want something out of it as well. I mean, like, yes, you are getting that satisfaction when you post that video, but like things take time, and then you want to continue to do it and make that your sole thing. So of course you need to make money so that you continue to make that for everyone and not feel stressed out. And,
right.
I mean, placing ads on videos, I've seen people like kind of get mad. Like, honestly, lately I haven't been placing ads. Like, they're on my videos, but I haven't been like, what do they call it? Like where you put them where you want them to be. I just let them do it.
Yeah.
I legit just say like spread them out wherever you want.
YouTube puts more than like if I let YouTube do it, they'll put more than I will.
Yeah.
And then people complain about it sometimes, and I'm like, well, listen, I made this video and put it on the internet for free, and the only thing that anyone ever has to pay to watch this video is just
5 seconds of time.
Skip the ad if you don't want to watch the ad. Like, that is it. So when people complain about it, I'm like, you clearly don't get it. And if you know, what was I going to say? Damn it. I can't even remember. Oh, the whole like motivation with things. Obviously money is not the motivation, but if it's possible for me to literally live and like make a job out of making YouTube videos, when making videos has been my entire life since I started riding bikes, hell yeah, I want to do that. And if like, you know, like, and if people can help make that happen by being here and the ads happen, whatever, like it's just an awesome thing. I don't see anything.
It's no different than you wanting to ride a bike for a company or to be a professional rider. You're like, well, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, cool. I still enjoy what I'm doing.
Exactly.
It's exactly the same thing. You're just doing it with a different thing. Same thing photographers do it. They're like, all right, I bought all this sick camera equipment. How do I pay for it?
Yeah.
I need to shoot photos for weddings. I need to shoot videos for weddings. Like, that's what people do. And I feel like you'd be surprised that more people respect and understand that. Like, I put out a video that legit was all sponsor video, that doorbell video, but I would have never put it out unless I could find some type of use out of it. Like, I wasn't planning on putting it out, and except for the fact that I had like random people on my property and then they stole a car down the road. So that's the only way I made that video work. And people that watch the video understand it. They're like, oh, you know, it's awesome that somebody's contributing to your channel.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters. Like, now that company's contributing to the channel, they're getting their sales. They've paid for me to make this video, even though I already used the products before that. That's in turn giving me money to where now I'm like, okay, maybe I'll spend a little more time doing this, and I'll let somebody else do work for my business for the next 5 hours, you know?
Yep. And then just not only all of that, but then you get like all of the people. I can't believe there's still 30 people in here after 2.5 hours hanging out with us, chatting.
What's the longest live stream you've ever done?
I did one playing Call of Duty one time. I was on for like 4 or 5 hours just because I wanted to get a win in Warzone before I went to bed. But there's so many people, and just like Ricky always goes on about talking about the people and stuff, like you're so appreciative of the fact that they're even here, and then you develop your little relationships with all of the different people. I'm pretty sure I've talked to Brian Lowry in private messages. I've talked to 20 Grip a little bit. There's Kurt. I don't know if Kurt counts or not. But like, just who people are and you develop relationships with them, and it's awesome. Just because you decided how many years ago or whatever to pick up a camera and start making videos on the internet.
Exactly. And it's pretty cool. I mean, you see those same people every day in your
Yeah.
comments, being the first ones in the comments.
Yep.
Like all the time. Or like I always premiere my videos because I like engaging with the people. Like
Right.
I like to be able to get that firsthand engagement and be like, "Yo, what's up? How's your day?" Like that's my live stream that you do like every day. That's the only way I'm able to do a live stream. I don't have the time to be able to like set up OBS and put up a green screen. Every so often I can do that, but like my little premiere thing of like an 8 or 10 minute video is what I can do to get my connection with people, and I think it's sick that people do that. I'm stoked for the time that when you get that join button, you'll know what I'm talking about. Where you can do like private live streams, it's way better, dude.
Oh, I'm going to do those. I'm excited to do those because like I have a Patreon right now, but I just legitimately don't know what I would do with Patreon to like make it worth it for like there's 2 people on there currently. There've been a few others that have come and gone, and like I'm not sad that they left because I didn't give them anything for being there. They just wanted to support. And now if we got the join button, dude, I feel like it opens up a better world because it's direct access to YouTube.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I'd say like so I have the like if you use the live stream, the private live stream, I'll do those every so often. But like when I'm just doing like we just got done filming a video, I'll do a private live stream with that, and I won't get as many people as I would a regular live stream because I have that to the top tier of the person that joined. So that tier is like $20 or it's $20.
Interesting. I like that idea because I definitely like I hold back from doing live streams while I'm at the skate park because I know that people like don't really, I don't know, they're not as good as a actual video. They just aren't when you're live at the skate park. But if it was like, hey guys, you hit that join button and you're like directly supporting me, I know you're gonna care that we're here because we're here to just talk to you.
They'll get all the behind the scenes shit talk, and they'll get to see like what videos that we've filmed right there, all the background and like all the parts and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. I mean, for that top tier, like say for instance right now you got 30 people in here. That top tier, I think I only have, I mean it's like 15 people, which is a lot, but not always is 15 people or 15 people coming in that chat. But they also get all the perks of the fall videos or all the bloopers about how many times you sit there and try to say what you want to say in the camera and you stutter and you re-say it again. They get to see all that bullshit.
Oh, like, I can't put that on the internet.
I post all that stuff on
Dude,
there.
I can't because I get so mad. I start cussing because I get frustrated with myself.
That's the best part. People probably want to pay to see that.
Well, okay. Somebody said Rant OnlyFans. All I want to say is that OnlyFans themselves reached out to me and wanted me to be on their platform. And I didn't follow up with it because I'm like, I don't know what. Like, do I want to be that guy? Like,
fuck it, dude. I mean, like, somebody's got to be the first one.
Mark Webb's already on there.
And then when you're the first one, people will hate on you, but then everybody else will follow suit.
Mark Webb's already on there. He was on there last year and then fell out of it.
Oh damn.
Yeah. Pretty hilarious.
The join button's pretty good. I need to start like going. I need to like focus more on making more of those fucking little gifs. Like you can make like little gifs and stuff so that people have next to their name. Right now, the only gif is like a Grim Reaper that I made, a silhouette picture of me, a silhouette picture of John. and like the majority, like if when you're a new member, your first month it's my face, and then your second month you get access to like all the other characters, and that's why I need to make more characters.
That's so funny. See, I would be so much more motivated to do that stuff if it was directly on YouTube, because it's so much harder to make things work on other things, you know? Because, like, it's more worth it for someone, or I feel like it would be more worth it for someone if it was directly on YouTube instead of, like, somewhere else. Like, who cares if I give you some emoji on Patreon where nobody's at, anyways?
Yeah, well, nobody wants to leave the platform, so it's like that's why Teespring works out so well on YouTube.
Right.
And I had this conversation yesterday. It's like it works out because then, legit, nobody, like if you're watching a video and you like it and you're like, oh snap, I like that merch. You can buy the merchandise and never get out of the video. You can still be watching the video.
Yep, I have that. How do I put that on the stream?
I have no idea how to put it on streams.
There's a
But
way
like
to do it.
That's how it is with the whole the join button too. So like the join thing is like every video I edit, I'll put it up on the join thing for like sometimes it'll be up there for days beforehand, but they'll always get early access. So you get like all the earlier comments, and they feel, I don't know, they feel good about it because they're contributing and they're getting something out of it. You know, like
Yeah.
they're getting that one-on-one time, and I'm getting that one-on-one time. I feel like that's something that's like neglected. When people give money to the join button on my channel, I'll use myself as an example, or buy anything from my channel or comment on my videos, it's not like it goes unseen or unfelt. Like I thoroughly enjoy engaging and talking with these people. So when I do a live stream or any one of those premieres, I only do it for the fact that like I want to engage with these people so that they understand that if and when I grow to be a bigger channel, that I'm still going to continue to try to do that. Like, and I encourage people to do the join thing because then I'll be able to have that engagement with you strictly, you know? It's
Yeah.
much more of a one-on-one. Like, what I do want to utilize the join thing for is like, you could do specific how-tos. Like, you could set up join groups. So, like, there's different tiers. You could set up like a small, like all the lower tiers and put them all in one group and have a group chat with them, just texting them.
That's
like, hey, everyone,
really cool.
how's your day? And everyone responds. It's fucking sick.
That is really cool. That's so much better than I think what Patreon has to offer. Patreon was kind of set the ground level, but somebody said something about badges on Instagram Live. I think that's what IG Live is.
Badges?
Yeah, I have no idea.
I haven't done Instagram Live in a long time.
I've never
I used to do
seen
them all
that.
the time. I used to do them all the time when we were in Incline Club because that's like before I even had a YouTube channel. But Instagram Live was like the shit back then. So many more people tuned in to Instagram.
Oh, they definitely do, but what is badges on IG Live?
I would assume like if you are a regular commenter, same thing on Facebook. Like if you, like I said, I'm part of a bunch of different Facebook forums or pages. If you're a regular commenter or something like that, it'll give you like a little star badge.
Well, he said right after that, said that's another way for people to donate or pay.
On Instagram? They can pay on Instagram.
I don't know. I'm new. I don't know
That's
these
pretty-
things.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't like Instagram lately because they switched it to where like the little heart thing where you can like check your comments are at the top and not at the bottom. And I click the bottom, it's like it takes me to a damn store.
There's
I'll
nothing there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get where you're going, dude. Instagram just sucks lately because it seems like they're not letting you see
Like people shit for like hours.
yeah, like you don't if you post something, it's not showing the people who like follow you it.
They're trying to make you pay for that promotion.
Yeah, they're going Facebook's route.
Yep.
That's why nobody likes Facebook anymore. Like for like pages.
Yeah.
It's the truth.
Yeah, dude, YouTube's sick. Like, I don't know. I'm
It's
hyped
literally
tomorrow. I got like a full day, and Saturday a full day of like just riding and doing shit.
That's awesome. I love that YouTube is legitimately YouTube. Like it's your TV. Like you make what you want to make, you put it out there to the world, and if people like it, they'll be here. That's why there's 32 people on, I guess it's our tube right now.
You better coin that before our BMX.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm just kidding.
I know, we wouldn't want to have to talk about money while we're on the internet, would we?
That's funny.
That is funny. So apparently, the guy from the people who sponsors Ricky somewhat, yeah, I don't have that yet. It's apparently a feature of Instagram that lets people donate to you and stuff. I don't have it, so it must be a thing that you only get at a certain like point.
How do you see? I remember when they came out with like the swipe up feature, and then my friend that had like 80,000 subscribers at that time didn't have it, and I was like, "What the hell? How did you not have it? And I have it." So I wonder if it's like that, like you're saying, like they slowly, they're like a soft rollout.
It seems that way because he sent me screenshots of his search page where he has badges in there, and it shows like your status if you're eligible and these things, but I don't have that in mind, so it's just not there for me yet. And it probably won't be unless they lower the thing on it because Instagram is dying.
Yeah.
It really
Wild.
is.
Yeah, brainstorm a little bit on some different ideas that you wanted to do.
Well, we need to do the one bike game idea that we still haven't done.
Yeah, that seems what you're saying, like where we play a game of bike through each other's
No,
videos.
shh! We don't want the rest of the world.
It's all good. It's not that big of a secret.
Well, Scotty kind of tried to do it, but didn't do it legit, and
Oh, when the boys were in Florida or something, and then he was, or Jersey, and he was in Florida.
yeah.
I mean, dude, there's a lot of stuff that I always like kind of get, like I've been bummed out lately. Not legit bummed out, but like the obstacle course thing is just done. Like they haven't done that shit in forever.
Oh,
I'm about to
yeah.
hit him up before he leaves Jersey and be like, dude, I know coronavirus is around. I know that you're not trying to be seeing people, but let's do one. He hasn't done one in like a year, at least a year.
Yeah. Well, I think that's part of what made him so successful in the beginning is the amount of effort that they put in to make these things happen. The obstacle courses that literally look like they took a day to set up.
They did. Dude, I would show up there at 8 a.m. at the bike shop, and we wouldn't start filming the video until like 4 p.m.
That effort that you get put in it comes through, and that's what makes things do so well sometimes. And like all of those ideas, the same thing came through in all of them.
Yeah, I feel like little Caden kind of took over that.
Dude, yeah, that kid, I don't watch his stuff, but I see his thumbnails sometimes and his video titles. That kid, he's got the game on lock.
Yeah. Oh, his parents do. I feel like his parents do all the
You're
editing
right.
and
You're right. But they're setting
I saw
him
his
up.
shit pop up, and I was like, damn, he took the obstacle course. I think he took the what was it, the Wheel of Misfortune, but he didn't call that. He has like a different wheel or something. Hey, I mean, dude, it's all free game, and I feel like if anything, it's not hurting anyone. Like it's not going to be hurting Scotty's channel or Caden's channel if they do the same stuff. If anything, it's going to help them.
Well, and even at that, anytime I was with Scotty and he would be like, dude, you got to do like the ice pick challenge or whatever. He's like telling me these ideas and stuff. I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. I probably do. And then I never did it.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if it's open rings, like if it's been 1 year since he did an obstacle course, do I have to do one on my channel? You think people get mad?
I don't think it would. I don't know. I don't think so at all. If you even if you were like a little worried about it, starting it out by saying this is something we used to do on Scotty's channel. Check out the old videos of it. Comment on them, and maybe if he sees them, we'll do another one.
Well, maybe what I'll do is I'll FaceTime him for the intro.
There you go. But make sure you get the approval first.
Yeah. Yeah. This is trademarked. We have to get the approval.
Yeah, well, that's the other aspect of BMX that kind of sucks is just that nature of things where you feel like you have to tiptoe. I feel like I have to tiptoe sometimes too. Like I did that video this week of the 5 things to learn as a beginner BMX rider. That idea directly came from when we were talking about the concept of tricks anyone can do. And I'm like, well, how can I make that without literally making that? And then it was like, oh, there we go. Perfect.
Yeah. I mean, those videos do great. I mean, like I did the intermediate one. My beginner one had like 300,000 views.
It's crazy.
And but at the same time, it's like that's the type of stuff people find extremely useful. Like it's not that it's about the views, but like a lot of people get use out of some really good tips. And
Oh, 100%.
And if you're good at explaining them and really articulating yourself, then the videos will do even better, and more people will subscribe because they want to see more of that.
That's part of why I think YouTube doesn't like my channel, because I've made those types of videos and never had one blow up like that. There's a lot of people in the chat who think what I meant by saying Instagram is dying was that like BMX on Instagram is dying. I'm saying like Instagram in general is dying in the sense of they're trying to like take it the route of Facebook and make people pay to reach the people that follow them. Like,
yeah, it used to be super organic. I mean,
you post your clips, you post a post, and all of your followers would see it.
Exactly. I mean, I would post a video and get 30,000 views. Now I post a video and might get 5,000.
Yeah, and it reaches nowhere near the amount of people that follow you, and it's weird.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, that stuff, I'm like, whatever about it.
It's really weird.
You are in
shitty service.
Dude, whenever it does that and it lags, at a certain level, it speeds it up to catch up to you in real time. So like you're moving really, really fast right now because it's like coming back. It's really funny. Insta's algorithm is poo. That is true. Do it, Mike. You can't worry about in quotes so did it, so no one else can. Think about how many car companies there are. That all started with one person's idea and other people doing the same thing. I think it's more of just a respect thing of it was kind of Scotty's thing, and you were a part of it on Scotty's channel, so you don't want to.
Yeah, I'm too close to it. Like Caden's not close to it. Ola isn't close to it. I literally was on damn near every obstacle course video except for like the Florida ones.
Yeah.
And yeah, it would just if I ever do end up making one, 100% it will have some type of relevance of Scotty talking on FaceTime or something. That way, like it's legit and not like me not just hearsay.
Right.
But that's in the future. That's literally not on my radar right now.
Dude, that's so much work. Like you couldn't half-ass it. You'd have to make it just as legit as those ones, and that for just you or you and John, that is an incredible amount of work.
Yeah, I would do a bunch of work. I would do it in my backyard, so it would just sit there. Like throughout the week, I would just keep adding to it if I did something.
Oh, okay.
And I'd probably do like different like levels, like different tiers, height, with some challenge to it. I don't know. I've had little ideas.
That stuff's terrifying.
We should meet up this winter though. I mean, I know whatever COVID, but like I'm down to go to Rays. I go to Pittsburgh in and around Thanksgiving and Christmas time, so I'm sure we can make some either wheel mill or Rays happen.
Yeah, hopefully we could figure something out because the wheel mill would be a little. They have to be really strict about the mask thing, so it makes it a little bit weird and harder. Because like, I'm not gonna go to the wheel mill if I can't have Victoria go unless she's doing something and they have 0 spectators right now.
Yeah.
It's a bummer. 20 grip, the amount of subs to get a join button thing is null and void because Mike still doesn't have enough subs to have a join button, but he has a join button.
Yeah, we were talking about it, and I was like, my goal is to get to that join button. I'm pretty sure it's like 30,000 subscribers. And I feel like the next day, like YouTube was listening to me or something. The next day, I just see this thing that popped up on my studio thing. It says your new feature is unlocked, and I was like, what? And I click it, and it says join. I was like, holy shit,
Right.
join button's unlocked, and I was like, this is fucking sick.
Yeah, no
So,
doubt.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe YouTube has like the real numbers, and you know how like sometimes you have no views on a video and it has like 50 likes or 30 likes, like
Yeah.
not like I feel like maybe YouTube has like the real number of subscribers. Like maybe I'm actually at 30,000 and they're only putting 20 whatever I'm at now, 26.
Ooh, interesting. Yeah, the number's supposed to be 30,000 though, technically. It's very interesting. You're definitely right about Instagram. You can still like the guy who does the Ride Out BMX or Ride Out Supply. You could definitely grow on there if you catch and figure things out. But it's so tedious because I don't want to. YouTube is enough to try and keep up with, so I just post whatever I want to post on Instagram. And there was a time where I had it figured out where I could post something, do the hashtags, and get like 30 to 50,000 views with 10,000 followers.
But like, listen, Instagram's so different for everyone. Like my growing on Instagram came from Scotty's channel.
Yeah.
Some people's Instagram growth is from posting sick shit just on Instagram. They don't have a YouTube. I think like now it's like, because I mean it's perfect telltale. Like I grew quickly, and then when all this shit started happening with, you know, once I started getting out of Scotty's videos, skate park clothes and all that shit, then not subscribers, the followers became stagnant, and that's just what happens, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not worried about it at all. I'm still gonna always post the same way that I've ever posted.
Yeah.
I just don't care enough about it to try and like make it grow.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It's all fake. Like the only reason why you'd want it to grow is if you are a business and you're trying to turn those followers into dollars.
True.
Like at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Because like I wish I could turn off the like feature. Like how many hearts? I mean, I'm thinking about doing that on my damn YouTube. Turn off the subscriber number and the fucking like number.
Oh yeah.
I mean, because at the end of the day, you can like those people could still like it. It will just never show up for other people to see.
Right. Mike is gonna pump gas live on the internet.
Oh, you want to see it?
I mean, you can put it down. I don't care. It's just funny. This live stream is 2 hours and 46 minutes long now.
There's still people in here willing to listen
There's
to us.
still almost 30 people in here hanging out. How sick is that?
How many of you guys are subscribed to both of our channels? That's a question.
Better be all of them at this point. If you've been hanging out this long and you're not, that's upsetting.
You got Kiss BMX in here still? Damn.
I haven't seen chat from him for a while, so I don't know. But just followed Ride Out Supply. That's sick. What car, Mike? Obviously not a Tesla.
No, not this one. I have a company car.
I've genuinely I've wanted to get the X. The Model
Tesla
X.
Model X?
Yeah. But there's no way I could buy that. I don't ever want to have a car payment. So if I'm going to get that, I'm going to buy it outright.
So Tesla's the only vehicle that would be worth, like the only vehicle manufacturer would be worth buying, because it's the only vehicle that's a positive investment. Because at the end of the day, like I told you before, there's this guy that lives down the road, got a Model 3 when it first came out for $50K, sold it 2 years later with 26,000 miles on it for $48K.
Damn.
Only lost 2 G's, right? So like you go to the resale value of Teslas are super high because there is no maintenance. So your upfront cost is a decent amount. So like if you wanted, anybody could get into a Tesla right now for $30 a day. That's what it is. So like if you break down your car payment, like if you ended up not being able to have the cash outright, I know it's becoming like a sales thing for Tesla. I love the technology behind them. And I mean, I'm telling you right now, if I didn't have a business right now, I'd probably go apply for a job for Tesla. That's how much I like that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like if you break it down, you go on the website and you look at like how much you got to put down
and what, like, I think it's like a minimum of $4,500 if you're going to finance it, then your car payment is like $600, 600 around that, maybe a little less, and it's in turn about $30 a day of owning an electric vehicle that costs. We've charged it once since we brought it home, but we didn't need to charge it. I plugged in to make sure that the installation I did was right.
Yeah.
But in turn, like looking at the overall cost, it would cost $40 every week or maybe a week and a half to fill up my wife's car for fuel, and now it costs $3 every fill up at the high end of like per kilowatt hour.
Yeah, that's incredible.
So you're saving like a ton, and the fucking dude, it's addictive. The speed is just unreal. The power.
Oh yeah, my uncle has one, and we rode in it, and it's just crazy. But like, I can't afford $600 a month car payment.
No, no, by no means. I'm just letting people know, like, if you have what people like to call a big boy job.
Yeah.
You know, big boy job. You have a house. You got your shit together. You got an idea on where you want to go in life, and you're able to afford a car payment. Like, I encourage somebody, instead of going and getting a Ford fucking Fusion or a Toyota Corolla, I encourage people just to spend the extra money and get a Tesla. It's going to last you longer. Like, we're going to keep her car longer, because the people that said like, oh yeah, I got the Model 3 in 2017, it's the same one as the 2021, and they're not lying. Like, it's all software. Software-based thing. It's literally an iPhone on wheels.
Well, and when it comes to
we've made a few changes.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
No, when it comes to technology and like circuit boards and all of these things, performance of those things doesn't degrade over time. Batteries do, but like your circuit board with your processors and all of that stuff is still the same processor 10 years later. It's just you might have to swap out batteries and whatnot. So like it all still is what it is. Whereas like an engine, it has all these different little parts and pieces that like you got to change out, and that's why there's so much maintenance on an engine.
Yeah, I mean, well, the maintenance on a Tesla like is just tires and just
brakes.
No, not even brakes, because of regenerative braking.
If you've ever driven a golf cart,
it's just like driving a golf cart. If you take your foot off the accelerator, like hard, like just take your foot right off, it immediately just slows down. You have to gradually feather your foot off, and you can feel the regenerative braking power back. We've barely hit the brakes. I think we've hit them twice to make sure that they like are like good and work and whatnot, and we don't even use them. It has like auto hold, and it's pretty insane. It's an insane vehicle, that's for sure. And I'm glad we took the jump on that.
What?
So I'm glad we took the jump on that. Like, we were on the fence for a little bit. Like, I think we test drove it like 5 or 6 times. I mean, I don't know if you have like a mall near you that has like showrooms. You can just go there, and or if you know anywhere that has a Tesla showroom, you can just go there, let them copy your ID, and they'll let you take any car for an hour.
Interesting.
It's pretty cool.
20. I mean, battery swaps for that kind of thing can only get cheaper the more of them that there are.
Yeah, so that's why. So the Model 3 used to be like 70 G's when it first came out, and you can get the base model right now, I think, for 28. It's like under 30,000 after federal tax incentive and your state incentive.
Brand new car.
Brand new, yeah. It's the 250-mile range. It's like the base model, Model 3.
So literally about as much as it's a little bit more than a base model, like random other, like Ford, whatever, you know.
Yeah, it's like the equivalent of like a Kia Optima. You know, like your base model Optima is about 20. I'd say maybe even 28 for one of those.
So it's about the same. It's like exactly where he wanted to be. Listen, Elon, we know you can hear me. Where's my super chat? Because we definitely are helping you sell cars right now.
Super chat me a car.
Yeah, give me exactly enough for a Tesla Model X. And I promise I won't buy one because I have student loans that I need to pay off first.
It's out right there. It's out there for everyone. You say you're getting the new iPhone?
Dude, I have to. My phone, I can't. We did a live stream for the tractor company that I work at today, and I had to like finagle and jump through hoops because I had to use someone else's phone because my phone doesn't work for live streams with the microphone anymore. It sounds like over top of my voice.
God damn. Yeah, I want to get the new one. I have an upgrade as well, but I think they're releasing them in like, from what I keep seeing, like they're gonna release them in like the lower model first.
I
Like the
see all
little,
that too, so I don't know what it actually means. We're gonna find out
it's all
October.
speculation, right?
What?
I said it's like all speculation until we find out.
Yeah, I mean, usually they're pretty right about some of this stuff, but who knows when it comes to what's actually getting released first. But October 13th should be the event, and I've heard that you might not be able to get the 12 Pro until November.
Is that the one you want?
Yeah, I'm hands down, I'm getting the 12 Pro in the biggest storage that it will come in, and that is mostly thanks to all of the people who have like donated on here, because all of that money is like basically all YouTube money is going towards iPhone.
Yeah, I think I have a 256. My iPhone's a 256. I don't think I need the 512. So I have a 256. I've got 4,000 videos and 12,000 photos on my phone.
Well, you don't use your phone to film your videos either.
I used to. Yeah, I used to. It did become a pain in the butt. Like I ran out of storage because at the time I was filming with the Filmic app. I don't know if you've ever seen that app.
Oh yeah,
It's like a very
that's gnarly, dude. That's hands on.
It's really hands on, but it made like the quality, like you could really utilize like your camera function. It was cool.
Yeah. Oh, it is. It's an awesome app, but I would never use it for a video. That's the other thing is like one day I will use a camera for my videos, but not until like it's worth it to use a camera on my videos. Right now, it's so maybe I won't, just because it's so convenient to use my phone. I know how many videos pretty much I can film on my phone before it's filled up based on where it's at. So like I know that I'm good, or I know what I just stay on top of it, and I always have, and it just works. I have the 256, but I have the iPhone 8, bro.
Yeah, I got the 10s Max.
Yeah, you're a little more ahead of me, but like I don't know. I'm just so excited to have 3 lenses on the phone and be like,
I think it's gonna have more.
maybe it's supposed to only have 3 and then the LiDAR or whatever. And I'm gonna stop myself right now because I should have already said thank you to everyone who's donated tonight, every other night, whatever, because that's literally why I'm doing it the day it comes out. Either way.
A video when it comes out?
No, like that's why, because of everyone who's donated, I'm able to do it whenever it comes out.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Is there,
I'm curious to get it. I don't know if I could ever go back to shooting just on the iPhone, just because the process, like putting a little card in my computer, those clips immediately go on my computer, and as they're rendering into it, I can still be editing it while it's in my timeline, versus when I was filming with my phone and I had to airdrop it to my computer. I had to wait for that 15-minute clip to get to my computer, and it took forever.
Bro, I'm going to change your life. Go on your Mac, click the little search icon, and type in image. Image capture is going to come up. When you have your phone plugged in, all of your pictures and videos will show up in whatever sorting order that you want to. You can select them and just drag them to anywhere you want on your computer.
So I've done that before, and it's still a pain in the butt for me. Yeah,
It's
I've done that.
no slower than using an SD card. It's the exact same process. It's all the exact same thing. That's how I've done it forever.
When I'm out mountain biking, I do just only use my phone because it fits right in my little fanny pack. Because I don't want to carry I only carry like a chest cam, a helmet cam, and my phone. But like it definitely, I like filming videos just on my phone. But the only downside is you get that wind noise.
Yeah, it sucks. The audio is not quite as good, but I think on the newer ones it'll be even better. It'll definitely be better than mine now. First, thanks for hanging out, Buzz, if you haven't left yet. And 20 Rip, he asked if there's a big jump from the current iPhone to the new one. I believe there will be a pretty decent jump. There's definitely going to be a jump in camera or video quality because we've had the exact same video settings for like since this phone came out. This
And
phone,
sensor.
what's
the
that?
the sensor's been the same forever.
Yeah, and this phone introduced 4K 60 and 1080 240 for the first time, and that's why I got this one. And we've had it. So this is the iPhone 8. That was 3 years ago. We've had the same level of quality settings. Obviously, there's been differences in quality based on the hardware, but software wise, I think we're going to see a jump probably to 6K as far as video goes, which means that 4K will probably have like 120, and it's just going to be at a whole nother level. Then the front facing camera will probably be equivalent to what this back camera is now, just purely based. Man, I should be a tech YouTuber. Dang.
There's some good channels out there. I mean, I've been subscribed to like John Hill. You know the skateboarder.
Yeah.
I'm just and his before his girlfriend was ever his girlfriend. I know who she is, Sarah Dici. Yeah, I've seen. I mean, her tech stuff is basically what got me into like finding out what camera I should buy. But like, so when I filmed only on my phone on my YouTube channel for like the first like 6 months or 8 months, I got like an Instagram hookup with Moment lenses.
Yeah.
They sent me lenses. I bought like a Joby cell phone holder with like a hot shoe on top, got a microphone, and like it was like that. Like,
oh geez, I couldn't do that, dude. My whole
that was my whole
setup.
kit.
Oh jeez, this is my
So
setup.
I had like the fisheye and everything on there.
Literally, this is my setup. Like
That's what I had, but I had a hot shoe on top for the microphone to plug in, so it like canceled out all the wind noise.
well, there's my shoe.
Mm-hmm.
I could put a microphone. It's just, I don't know, dude. I just go like this. And I don't really have to deal with it that much. Oops, I need my phone. It's not really a problem for me. All I can say is that I'm so excited to just get a new phone, because when Victoria got the iPhone 11 and we started filming with it, you could just see the level of quality improvement in the video itself, because there were times where like I would point it at like a backlit thing and you could still see detail from her phone, but then you use mine and it's like
Blown
just
out.
black and terrible and whatever.
Yeah.
The holder piece on that should be in the Amazon store link or whatever in the comments. It's hard to explain. It's literally just a phone tripod adapter. I threw it over there. Mike, are you trying to go inside?
No.
Well, we've been at this for 3 hours, and there's still 30 people.
You've been at this for 3 hours.
True. Well, it's 11 o'clock. I don't have to edit anything tonight because it rained. We were gonna ride tonight, and then it rained, so I came home and I got to edit my video for Saturday already, and this means I just get to go to bed. So
Yeah, you were saying you get a nice sleeping in.
yeah, and tomorrow morning I finally get to sleep in because I had to wake up early Monday, and Tuesday through Thursday is the day I have to wake up early anyway. So I'll sleep till the same time I wake up every day, basically.
Just stay in your bed longer.
That's what it's going to be, because then I get to make the news video tomorrow and then ride tomorrow. What should I film tomorrow, Mike? Let's figure this out.
What's the news going to be? What's the hot news right now?
Have you seen Battle of the Brands that Source is doing?
Nah.
Look it up. I haven't watched it yet, but I think they're copying the King of the Road or whatever that Thrasher did and doing it with a whole bunch of different companies, I'm pretty sure. Which is basically like, I think it seems like Source was like, okay, how can we make props without making props?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it might be a combination of a few different things, and I think it's going to be really, really sick. So that's part of the hot news. A bunch of people got promoted to pro this, or 2 people.
Oh, I did see the one dude on Odyssey.
Jacob Cable, I think he got promoted to Odyssey and Kink at the same time. And then Rim is like an Olympic level caliber athlete. This is a perfect example. He's an Olympic caliber athlete. He's going to be in the Olympics, and he just now got bumped to pro for Sabrosa. If that
He's on Red Bull.
Yeah, and he's on
Bull
Red
Pro.
Bull. Like, if that affiliate program existed, that dude would have been on Pro the second he got put on Sabrosa because he'd post his link in it, or his code or whatever in his story, and everyone would have bought it, and it would have been like, oh, okay, he deserves to be on Pro because he's actually contributing to our company.
Yeah.
One day,
Now,
affiliate is going to rule BMX. There's going to be a whole lot of salty dudes out there who could never make affiliate sales because they hate the internet, and I'm going to laugh at them.
I was just thinking about this, like all this. You were talking about this the other day, like how all the guys that like hated YouTube then finally had to like turn into YouTubers and whatnot.
Yeah.
If you think back, like on Props was like filming a vlog.
Props was a vlog, straight up.
It was a vlog on tape that
Yep.
you got like months later.
Literally, Props was the first like BMX. I mean, maybe not the first, but Props was a big BMX vlog. It's kind of crazy. If we talked about it earlier too, or no, you and I talked about it last night with the whole who people are and when they accept things. If Trey Jones and Scotty Kramer would have been on YouTube from the start, BMX would have adopted it.
Yeah, Trey was like super against that stuff, like well before, like when Scotty first came out of the channel, like he always used to make fun of him, not in like a super negative way, just make fun of him like as a bro. Like, dude, you're pointing the camera at your face, like you're self-absorbed, stuff like that. So like very rarely, if you ever watch Trey's stories, he never points the camera at his face. He like feels super awkward. That's just a little funny thing that people should always look out for.
Oh, it's 100% because BMX is a bandwagon sport where people just jump onto whatever bandwagon is happening. Pay attention if you guys don't. I think the majority of like people who are out of the industry definitely see it because it's so obvious. You can instantly see when a new part has the ability to have this different type of color, like the marbling in grips and pedals.
Oh yeah.
And different colored, like different ways of making different colors and things. Instantly, every single company does it, and everybody's got it on their bike, and they're promoting it, and it's just a giant bandwagon.
Sorry, just messaging somebody.
Oh, you're good.
No, I completely agree. It's just crazy. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I don't know. BMX is great. I love BMX itself. BMX industry just sucks. I'm sorry. I mean,
it 100% does. There's nothing to be sorry about.
I hate to be that guy, like that guy that just sounds salty about it. I'm not salty about it because it's done me wrong in any way. I'm salty about it because it's like it's just not helping. It's not doing anything good for really anyone. You know, BMX as a community could do so much more when they all work together versus working against each other. And I think everybody's just scared to work with each other, and everybody's always they're after that that little sliver of pie.
Yeah, and what people don't understand too about the YouTube and like affiliate idea too, maybe they do about the affiliate thing, but those things make the pie bigger.
Yeah.
They literally do because they expand the people who would be buying these things. If Scotty didn't do YouTube, Hyper probably would have a much smaller BMX pie. But guess what?
As far as the core community, for sure, the core community of Hyper, like the Logans and them like that. But like you'd be surprised at how much like what Hyper does numbers wise with Walmart. You know, like they don't need the core industry, but Clay, the owner, he's a BMX racer, retired BMX racer, loves BMX, only wants to sponsor riders in the community, and loses money by making all these jet fuel frames, like loses so much money, doesn't make anything on these parts, but he loves just seeing the name Hyper out there, loves giving back to the community and knowing that those riders are, because what those riders are doing are those riders are selling. He takes like a rider like Logan or Scotty when he was riding X Games and shows Walt from Walmart, his son, hey, this is the face of our product that we're going to sell at Walmart. On our backdrop of our billboard, we're going to have Scotty Kramer, at the time Mike Spinner, doing a triple tail. It'll be a mid thing. We're going to sell that bike for $99. You know, this is going to be our backdrop. This is going to be a sales pitch.
So that's how he looked at it business wise. But like, I know we're getting like a little bit off topic, but I think it's always interesting. Like I always like talking to him because he pointed like clear. Like he literally is helping those riders out. They're not helping him.
Yeah.
So like if he's paying Logan, like let's say he pays Logan, I'm hypothetical, I don't know. Let's say he pays Logan 4 G's a month, right? That $4,000 a month, Clay's not seeing $4,000 in sales back a month.
He could if the affiliate program existed.
He could, yeah. But like at the same time, he also makes small orders. So like that's why every so often, if you ever like just pay close attention to like, like Scotty's shop, like yeah, we only have this many frames left, because what happens is Clay orders all the frames from China, and he'll keep maybe 50 in his warehouse for you to order off the Hyper website, and the other 300 go to Scotty's shop.
Yeah.
And that's how it works. I mean, they could be ordering so much more, but anyway, at the end of the day, they're not those riders aren't selling as much money in product as they're getting given per month.
Yep. And I just
go ahead.
No, you're good. Go for it.
No, I was saying that's how Clay sees it. He sees it like, okay, he's paying a rider like Logan and sending him somewhere, because at the end of the day, like Logan is a walking billboard that's going to sell Walmart bikes.
That's interesting.
He knows that if he invests in Logan, that investment is something he'll be able to show to Walmart to be able to keep those. We're talking multi-million-dollar contracts that he has with Walmart with sales every year. I mean, just in Christmas, incredible. Just in like Christmas time, he'll do a couple million just on those like little $99 bikes.
That's incredible.
And they're getting better and better. Like we're talking like one-piece drivers. I mean, I know they're still like shitty frames. He knows that. Like they're high tensile steel. They're made to be your around the block bike riding with friends. They're not made to go do a backflip. Not to say they can't take it from like a professional rider who knows what they're doing, but it's a bike to get you into it. You know, that's kind of what his whole point is: to get kids into riding and keep them off the streets in bad ways. You know,
right? Yeah, Hyper was a bad example, I guess. But I'm just saying, like, I don't remember what I was saying.
Well, you were saying about bike companies. Like, I mean, you could even use like Odyssey as an example for like there's such a small pie and everybody's going after it. YouTube is the perfect area. Like instead of them advertising in magazines and stuff, they literally could be putting target ads up on YouTube videos, so that their Odyssey YouTube ad could be showing before your video.
Yeah, literally. I'm surprised no one's doing that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think I've talked to Hyper about doing that, because I told him I was like, yeah, man, like, you know, it'd be funny because Mongoose just came out with a whole new line. You should place target ads in front of their videos. Because he was like, because they just came out with like a new affordable mountain bike, and he has like a carbon fiber mountain bike that's like $300 or $400 in Walmart. He's like, how much would it cost? I was like, dude, you could probably spend like $2,000 and go on Google Ads and find target ads and what demographic, what areas searching for. You could really dive into it. Yeah, but I'm saying you could, and he was like, oh, that's it? Because he looks at it like he'd rather throw money at something and fail and know that he at least went that avenue than, because he hates having like that what if in his brain. Like, well, what if I took this avenue? Would that have really gotten me something? I've seen him throw money at fail. I mean, he bought failure bikes, and his overall goal was to, and when he bought failure bikes, he bought it with the intent to buy Harry Main. So he bought failure bikes to take Harry Main off of failure and put him on Hyper. And then he what is the word I'm looking for? He basically took failure and he wanted to turn failure into a brand that was only t-shirts, and he was going to sell it, and he was going to sell them in Hot Topic. So it would have been a strictly Hot Topic brand.
Wow.
Just failure logos. That's what the goal was. I mean, he still owns the brand. He just hadn't been doing anything with it.
Yeah. Holy crap. My brain. What the hell was I going to say? I legit can't remember. Damn it.
What are the comments while you're saying?
Somebody said how everything's sold out. I'm not sure what that's in regards to.
Yeah, I see a lot of people. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, I don't want to say hate the term sell out, because there are times.
No, like he's talking about parts and how they're sold out.
I thought you were talking about like riders or companies.
No, not people selling out.
Okay. yeah, I won't go on that tangent then. My whole tangent on that would have just been like, I kind of hate that, but I understand like when that statement is deserved. But like, I don't know. Like,
There's definitely a legitimate use for that statement, but the way that most people use it is totally wrong.
yeah.
But I don't even want to get into that because it's such a nuanced conversation and my brain can't handle it right now.
Hey, what do you think of this new T-shirt idea I'm gonna do? It's another edgy one. You ready? It's gonna be a, you know, that statement like Donald Trump did a while ago, where he he would always talk about the virus and be like, it's in China, but he would like say that like,
Yeah.
I was gonna do a shirt with Donald Trump, and it would say your bike is made in China, like, and it would say Buy American or something like that. Like I was gonna do something like that, or it would say something like this shirt was made in China, because you know all those Fruit of Looms are.
Yeah. Oh, that
edgy.
is funny.
Got to get edgy with it.
You should, Mike, this is how you're going to get rich. You need to do those ideas, but not BMX related, and make a different store on Teespring to put them in.
What, just like a, what do you call that?
It's a storefront.
I know it's storefront, but I'm saying like you would name it, not antique, but it's novelty, like a novelty store.
Kind of, yeah. And not have it attached to your name, but just have it attached to whatever you make it. Because if there's people on Teespring that are just making those generic shirts, like I saw one where someone was talking about something, how they're successful with millions of dollars or whatever, and they show their stuff and it was like crowns and it said king or queen in cursive underneath of it, and like they're selling so many of these shirts on Teespring or whatever because there's people, just random people out there buying it to wear that.
How do they promote it though?
You don't have to at that level. I think you just get lucky and you hit that vein, and once it takes off, it just goes. But it's like hitting it that's the hard part.
Yeah, I feel like you'd have to trademark it so that nobody can steal it.
You don't, though. It's just those, like when you go to the fair and you see those random shirts and hats and stuff that everyone has the exact same thing of, you just become the source where people find that and buy it online. Like you become the head player in that.
Yeah.
And
but with an example like that, you're getting in front of people. Like on Teespring, you can't really get in front of people unless I go out there and I put on like my Twitter or Facebook, hey guys, I made this shirt.
Well, Teespring promotes stuff itself too. Like if you look at your analytics, you'll see that certain things come from Teespring promoting your thing, and then you make less money on it. Yes, there are totally insane amounts of people out there with Trump stands selling shirts and all that stuff. There's one down south by the new skate park where it's like right outside of a t-shirt making store. So like you know that there's just the owner making all of this stuff and then sitting in front with their tent making so much money.
Yeah, I don't want to make anything like specific like that. I just like playing on words.
Yeah, definitely.
With stuff like that. So like I see what you're saying. I might look into something like that, but at the end of the day, it's like I find it hard to like figure out how it would promote. I had another one where it was I was going to use the Michael Kors logo and put Manual King, and then and then I was going to use an ice pick, like an actual like ice pick.
Yeah.
And you can make like an ice pick shirt out of it.
I did a couple funny ones, like the Mario, the green mushroom that gives you an extra life.
One up you.
But I made that mushroom into a helmet and put one upper underneath of it.
That's awesome.
And then another one that I did, the Supreme logo, because Supreme's kind of pretentious. I made one that said first try.
Yeah, that's funny. Like the same like font.
Yeah, exact same everything, but it said first try. I'm just going to pull up that one upper one and put it on there because I think that one is awesome.
Put it on your phone so I can see it because I can't see it with this.
Yeah, I got you. And then I did another one that was BMX rules, where it was a notepad, and then it's like it starts out N, it's no, and then it's got an F, and then it just scribbles everything out. Let me just pull it up here.
Matt and I were talking the other day when I like took a picture of the sticker on the back of his car that said student driver. He said you should make a shirt that says student rider.
That's
like with the same
funny.
thing. And I was like, that's actually pretty funny.
That is hilarious.
So I put it in my notes, but I don't know. All those text ones are just like super easy to make. I just wanted to I wanted to do the Trump one because like a lot of people like love the dude, a lot of people hate the dude, and some people are in the middle and can handle like have humor, you know, like
Yeah.
even if you don't like him, I feel like you would wear the shirt because you think you can't read that text and not say it in his voice. Like when he says China, like it's so funny.
Right.
Even though you hate the dude, like it's freaking funny. Like because of the way he just like emphasizes China.
Well, you know he's doing it on purpose.
Absolutely, but he's a character, and I mean, why not capitalize on it, you know?
All right, where's the one-upper at here? I showed it on the screen already. Where is it? It's only showing my top products that I
If you're on
have
your
selected.
YouTube channel, you gotta go to your actual Teespring account.
I know, I'm on it. It's only got like 10 things on here.
Somebody just commented on my see if I can go ahead on my YouTube thing for the T-shirt.
That's funny. Okay, here, I got an idea.
Oh shit!
There.
Somebody's trying to stoke the fire of that guy that is complaining.
That's awesome. Here's the one-upper.
All right, I'm looking. That's awesome. Let me tell you, why don't you fucking revamp that? Put it out.
I just did.
That's recent? That's a new one?
No, I'm saying right now.
Oh, fucking start promoting that. Take all your other shit down. I put that thing out. That's a good one. I love Mario. I might buy one.
Well, that one's only $23 for the comfort tee because I made it cheaper even though it was the comfort tee. Yeah, I would get, like, I need to just put the design. I don't understand why it's so expensive for me to get samples because, like, I click order samples on this and it's freaking, I put one on there and it's got dang $13 and then you got to pay 15% tax and then you got to pay shipping on top of it.
Go to your analytics. You can't see what I was talking about last night where I said that once you reach a certain threshold of sales, your price of your products go even cheaper.
Somebody just bought a shirt. Whoever did that, thanks. And if you're in the stream, not the one that I showed, but yeah.
That's awesome.
I don't have that anymore. I had a thing that said if you sell this many in a week, we'll give you a free sample. That disappeared. I don't have anything like that anymore.
Yeah, when I get home, I'll see if I can take a picture of it and show you on mine. It shows the different tiers. Like once I've sold like 200 of one thing or 300 of one thing, it shows the amount.
Are you talking about the volume discount?
I don't know what that is. I just remember, like, what does the volume discount show the actual price of the shirt?
It just shows a discount.
No, mine shows like let's just say the price of, I gave you an example yesterday of like the cheap end shirt. And then for every, like, when it said once you hit like 200 sales or whatever, then the shirt went from being $10 down to $7, I think. And then
yeah, I don't have any of that.
Yeah, I'll have to show you a picture of it when I get home.
The one that doesn't. What's that?
Yeah, because it won't let me access it here on like the mobile section of my phone, but like I can dive in better to it on my computer.
I'll show the one that somebody just bought because it's actually a really sweet one too.
What is it? What's
it's
it say?
A 17 millimeter and a 6 millimeter, and the shirt's called BMX Essentials.
That's cool.
I can't. Oh, there. Yeah.
Yeah, I see it. That's pretty awesome.
Thanks. I got a whole bunch of those, dude. It's just I don't promote it because it's so much for me to buy. I would wear them, but it cost me more than the shirt costs for another person to buy the sample. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know, man. I got a bunch of samples coming in because I feel like the only way, I mean, it's nothing solidifies it more than repping your own shit, you know?
You're 100% right. I just wish that it wasn't so freaking expensive.
Yeah, I mean, what I plan on doing is also getting stuff made on like other shirts that I'd like to wear, and maybe down the road I'll do some private, sales at home and stuff like that. But I don't. That's
Yeah.
not my goal. I don't want to do that. It's a lot of like extra headache and work. Not to say I'm not willing to put it in there for the people, but I think like Teespring they have good products. Like they got good quality clothing. And I feel confident like with the way they print stuff. I haven't had anybody complain or send me like any photos or
I'm gonna
send
buy
anything
one
back.
of these right now. Oh, what's interesting? They took the tax off of it when I put my address in. I'm gonna buy the one-upper shirt. I'm gonna show it on my channel. I'm gonna see
Yep.
if it helps.
Yeah, I mean, just shout it out. I mean, that's literally what I plan on doing. Is like at the beginning of the video. Hey, I got a bunch. Like I did say on my latest post, new merch drop. If you guys are wanting to contribute and help out the channel, so I can, because what I'm doing is I just give the money to my friends. I mean,
Yeah,
lately I've been doing that because like last month was like a pretty good month, and I Apple Pay my friends money.
that's sick. I can't
That way,
wait. I literally cannot wait till I get to the point where I can pay like Cody and my buddies.
yeah, by no means is it like a lot of money, but it's something. Like, I mean, for Matt coming out there and just like hanging out and filming, or he hadn't. I mean, he's gonna come out either way, but like him taking his extra time, like holding the camera and like listening to me just like complain about something. I'm like, hey, like I can either get you lunch all week, or I can give you this $100. Whatever. I
Yeah,
mean, what do you think? And so I mean, he's like, I'd rather have the cash and I can use it for fuel and this and that. He's having a hard time getting a job, and then John, on the other hand, like been working down in Virginia for 15 days. He's like, what the hell does he do? He like basically works on these huge industrial fans, and he literally only works for like half an hour and sits around all day, like monitoring the fan. It's weird.
huh?
But he's been down there for like 16 days doing in Virginia.
That's crazy.
So, but yeah, I'd like to. I mean, that'd be my goal is to like hook everyone up. But like, obviously, it's like all the other money I just reinvested into the channel. I mean, I set up a threshold, like you know how Google works. You set up a threshold to see once you reach that threshold, then the money gets deposited to your account.
Yeah,
I spent $300 on a sticker maker, and I plan on making tons and tons of stickers. And then I kept the other money in the Google thing, so it reaches the number that I want, and then I just drop it in.
right. I'm glad to see that you're so business orientated with it.
Well, because I
more...
mean, did you get tax stuff from them last year?
Teespring?
No, from YouTube.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I try to be business oriented with it, because you never know. Like, all it would take is one or two videos. Like, if you have a video that hits like 100,000 views, that's a few $100. I think it's more than that actually. And then you click, like, you can get pretty good money. Like I told you the pole doodle video, I think 400,000 views, and that was like 3 G's.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, I'm finding that a bunch of my shirts aren't in my store.
Like showing up on your store on your YouTube, or in your store period?
No, in the store period.
Hmm.
There's only 17 listings.
Shit, my phone's about to die.
That's okay. We need to get off here anyway. It's too late.
Bye everyone. Love you guys. Subscribe.
All right. We'll see you soon.
Later.
See you, Mike. Boom. All right, guys. I'm going to get off here and go to bed because clearly I'm getting really tired. The fact that 20 of you are still here is so awesome. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who's donated tonight. That goes directly to me buying a new phone, 20 grip, Taco Slurpees, Fred Reisker, and Trenton bikes. Seriously, thank you guys for that. I bought one of these one-upper shirts so I could show it in videos. I'm going to do that soon. Maybe it'll help. Either way, thank you guys for tuning in and hanging out and just supporting in general, because it's awesome. Like, the fact that we sat here for 3.5 hours and there's still 21 of you in here. Metal. I'm going to ride my bike tomorrow and make a video. So, cool. We'll see you tomorrow in the news video.